Was it really that scary?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
don't
even hear
it
what he
remember.
was.
said. What was so scary?
It said this.
All right. Let's see. Last week, the group started, at least part of the group. We were missing Ud and Leroy, so this first half will be important for some of you. Last week, starting off, you started in on the Cloud Duke with Afonso and Ditzer, who basically said, "We're going to get dinner going again. You all rest. I'll go out. I'll talk to the men. I'll handle this aftermath." As he leaves and he goes out and gives a speech, whatever, and doing his duty. Inside, there's a bit of a conversation between Hawkins and Kira about what the fuck just happened. Where Kira doesn't go into too many details, but mentions a few things about her, basically why these Wood Elves are coming after them, and why they probably will continue to. And once again, layered down the idea that perhaps it's about time to go back into hiding. So that's a possibility. Afterwards, Afonso came back inside as the bodies of the High Elves inside were being taken away. They gave you drinks and whatever food they could basically find, as a lot of it was knocked over or destroyed during the attack. There, to keep it simple, Afonso and mostly Hawkins had a conversation where it was revealed what your group knows, and it was also revealed to Afonso both that you guys know about the Night Lord situation and the lies of this war, and also you have become basically at one point enslaved and now working alongside Kronos the Shamed. But you turned out to see some of the true colors of Afonso, who seems to not really be taken too far aback by that, but perhaps sees it as more of an opportunity, as he offers basically his own offer for you guys to come work for him, the reformists who are trying to overthrow the traditionalists of Kadoy. So basically he's looking to change the nation and get rid of slavery and all the racism. And he's currently in a very bad position trying to basically fight against the traditionalists, who are currently the traditionalists have declared this war to try and kill Mikkel Edwards, the son of Fronazar. Basically the only region that protects the rights of people like you. So the traditionalists have made their move, and Afonso's trying to make his move, and he offers you all to come work alongside him with the idea of if you all can become generals or well-known people who achieve great things, the people of Kadoy cannot refuse to acknowledge that non-humans are valuable and are worth more than just spitting at. Of course, that's not an easy offer to accept. Something to think on. He gave you directions to meet Dantalia, his secretary you've met before, and the advisor of the Senate. He also offered you a new Blossom badge called the Hero's Badge, the first of their kind, but still, a lot to think about. As the ship landed, you decided to go off and do your own thing. First, you called Twilight Redemption to get their thoughts on this. Whenever you called, you found Francis in the bathroom, your guest, drinking toilet water for God knows why. And as you talked, trying to get through to him, you heard someone on the outside knocking, and then you saw this weird red and black, almost like a tentacle or like a end of a snake coming out of the toilet. As it comes up, you desperately try and alert Francis, but him being the bozo he is, doesn't notice in time, as he is grabbed by this red and black scaled tail, pulled into the toilet, screaming until he vanishes. Thankfully, you managed to alert the person on the outside, which they managed to run it up to Lomi, who alerts basically Twilight Redemption, but you got no call back. So you decide to go on about your day. You go down to the docks, where one of the Hermes Knights with Afonso gives you 50 silver doctrines to buy a carriage, which you do. You try to hail a carriage, but this stone dwarf, his skin is actually made of like this weird stone, same with all of his mustache and hair. Dwarfs are made of stone and gems in this world. He charges forward with his 2 donkeys on this very makeshift caravan wagon looking thing, telling you to get in, he yells at you. And then he takes you on a wild adventure through a lot of confusion if they know where they're going, donkeys and him. Until eventually you find your way to the estate of the Ambreos, where in the distance you find 2 wagons with 2 large wooden towers on them, like a small guard outpost. But as you near, Vana mentions something about the guards having new uniforms, which she thinks is interesting, but to you all is a sign that it's might not be what it seems, As you tell her to hide and you stop and you talk to them, you can very clearly tell something weird's going on, but they're not hostile. They even offer to go talk to the Ambreos, and they go for 30 minutes, and they come back. However, now you probably realize they did not actually go talk to them. As they come back, they give you the false news, as you can tell, as the person smiles, that both the Ambreos are dead. Well, the father's dead and the mother's wounded, and that's why they cannot meet you. Which was a trick to get the young Vana to reveal herself from fright. And now, here at the very end, stepping out of the tower, as you can see on your little battle map here, the bounty hunter who introduces himself as Jingo Coyote. Well, I don't think we need much trouble. I don't really wish to fight. I know this seems wrong and all, but we're just here for the girl. Oh, he raises his hand. And don't get the wrong idea. We're not trying to take her, kidnap her. We're going to return her to her family, too. As you see underneath him, he has one of the rose badges of the Rose Road Company, showing himself as a bounty hunter.
Would I know of this guy? Like, would I've heard of him?
You can do a history check.
Okay.
The song I'm looking for.
Where's my history? Am I blind?
Probably.
Yeah.
It is. Oh.
You haven't really heard of Ginger Coyote. You can tell he's probably true because he has the badge, but he's
Yeah.
probably just another bounty hunter out there. He seems to be in charge of a small gang, so he's probably not super weak. And you can see his badge earlier, not as Weston, but when you guys fought the bounty hunters on the ship, they had iron badges. He has a gold badge with a couple petals. So he's at the very least in the gold tier, which is a little bit stronger. So he's definitely not a pushover.
Yeah. Did you guys discuss any about this guy yet, or is this like the last thing that happened?
Listen, we
Pretty much
stopped
the last thing
because
happened.
we stopped because this is more important to you, and you're kind of
Yeah.
they're kind of indifferent to Vanna in some ways when you're not. Basically, what's happened, Dune, to summarize, you basically fall into a trap of these other bounty hunters who've been waiting for whoever brings back Vanna to take her
Yeah.
and take the bounty. However, they're offering to cut you in on some of the money because they're going to get money for her, and they're willing to give you something because they don't want violence.
Hmm. Well, how about this? How about I personally come with you guys to deliver Vanna. You guys can take whatever money or whatever the hell they decide to give you.
Do a persuasion. You're being
I ain't
truthful.
parting with her until she sees her parents, but I ain't care about no monetary value.
Do persuasion. He looks at you. You're being truthful with this, yeah?
Yeah.
He looks at you. He does a little look around to the rest of you, too. What's the rest of you thinking about this?
Hawkins is obviously like, sure, we did all this for nothing. He
Yeah.
hasn't said that, but that's it's very placid. His face is like his mouth kind of drops like, oh.
What about the rest of you?
I guess, like, trying to think of the facial expression.
Just basically what this means is
confusing
you guys will
emotion.
get nothing if this goes through, which, I mean, I'm just curious how you guys would take this.
This is exactly what I would expect Weston to do. So I'm like, I guess just like, not very surprised.
Weston's such a good guy.
Well,
My character wouldn't describe them as one.
maybe he's not very materialistic in this moment, if anything.
Can I insight to see if, or I guess after his conversation with Weston to see if he is willing. Actually, I don't even know if they're willing to let him go with them. So,
Well, yeah. Firstly, do an insight. See what he looks like.
It is taking a while for my character profile sheet to pop up. There we go.
Yeah, you can see he's looking around mostly to see what you guys think. He's seen how many of you are on board with this versus not. And you can kind of understand he's thinking, well, this is one person speaking, but this is an entire group who brought her here. It's not like one person rules what everyone else says. So he's basically he's basically gauging the rest of you to see if there might be complications if he does accept this. Though you don't fully know more than that, but that's why you can tell he's looking at all of you.
I wouldn't really have Hero would be pretty indifferent.
You okay just getting nothing out of it?
I think Kira was expecting to get something, but at the same time, knowing what Weston's like, it's not just like similar to you. It's like it's no surprise that we're just here because I'm Kira's here because that's Hawkins' friend.
Well, I always knew the Rael were honorable people, but you sure? I'm fine taking everything, but some of your companions don't seem super sure about nothing. Sure they're not gonna cause a ruckus.
I'd look back towards them. I'm kind of looking to see if they have anything to say.
I would do like the little sign with my fingers, just like a little bit, just a little bit.
They helped me immensely, and for me, I've been thinking about it, parting ways. I'm pretty much talking. It's like I'm speaking to the guy, but I'm looking at them. And I've been thinking about it. And as much as some of them make me really grit my beak and want to just leave.
No money.
They did me a great favor helping me get Vana here, and I believe I owe that favor back to them. So my plan is to repay this all in kind. If not, they take this damn crest I wear right off my back. So be it. That's what it takes. Hawkins, and Hawkins will see the eternal crest of mortality that I've held like this entire time. I probably would have shown at some point. It's like my badge.
That's not fair though. You see Ravana piping up behind you. They're a bunch of thieves. They don't deserve anything for saving me.
That's it. I'm blowing her up.
You're blind.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Anyone got a piece of paper and some ink?
I got parchment and ink.
Sounds so sad.
No money.
As Swills kind of hands you, or Hawkins kind of hands over some parchment paper. Hawkins, whenever you hand over the paper, is your right hand your dominant hand? I don't know if you have one.
I think my right hand is my dominant. Yeah.
And that's the one with the fingers, isn't it?
Yeah. I was gonna. I think at this point he's probably wearing a glove.
As you hand over the paper and you say no money, you feel almost as your hand over, you almost feel it. Your fingers try to naturally crush the paper. As you feel your greed kind of just wells up briefly as you're getting sad about it. And you feel your fingers almost having the mind of their own, like they're trying to reach for something. But you kind of tame them once more. You have the paper, Weston. As Vana's still complaining, this isn't fair. They don't deserve anything.
Bro.
How do we say him, bro? She's on your side.
I just want to I want to blow him up, dude.
Vana, you're right. but
Uh,
it also isn't fair to put you in more danger.
Hmm.
You've been through enough. Of course, we could. It's a little bit of money. It's been a bit.
I'm starting to get
worked
kind of
very
worried
hard.
that young lass over there is not gonna rat on us if we take her up there.
this is what I'm planning to write.
I see. Are you doing that to her right now, or are you putting it in her pocket?
I would fold it up and I guess kind of seal the end of it, like how you fold it, and then there's like little flaps, like a piece of paper that has flaps, and I'd like to seal it up. I'm
Hmm.
trying to think of how I want to do that. Kind of a strange request for a little message. Anyone got like a wax seal or something? Maybe an envelope or
No envelopes. I guess Hawkins like all of his time, like a lot of the time, he's like scavenged and stuff. Like his shield is made from animal skin, so he might just have like some fat, some edible fat.
All
Over
right,
there,
maybe not that.
maybe that could congeal over it and it will hurt.
Do you got like a letter on you that's like
No.
already opened? I could just take the envelope from that.
No, it's mine.
Oh, all right. Anyone got some string?
Hey! You see, Galaby leans back. He kind of leans back and whispers over the side. To you guys in the back, away. As you're talking, kind of tots under you. I don't like these bastards. And he looks at you, Hawkins. I ain't never finished anything halfway. They won't win run these cunts over. Ronald Ross not ready for it. He just offers that. But he even though he's wild, he's not going to do it unless...
I thought that was the donkey saying that.
No. That's Galaby.
Oh, thank you, but no, none of that, please. We can't get the girl hurt.
I guess I would take. Frick, does anyone have string or
You
anything?
can just say you have
I
strength.
did.
It's mundane, right? It doesn't matter.
You can
Really?
save a little stream.
Here you go.
I'm still trying to do some
Okay,
like
guys,
crazy crap with it.
I do something really cool where I like take some rope and I like cut it to the point where it's only like one like line.
Man, I
one
can imagine
string.
like
Yeah.
we're all just like watching you do this.
Yep.
It takes 10 minutes.
We're just like so.
And then
what's
I
going on
poke a
there?
hole in the piece of parchment and I just like tie it. A little bow.
Is it? A bow made of hemp rope. I see.
And I'm going to right on the front of it, you just say open when safe. Dash Weston.
Are you handing it to her?
Actually, what was the name that she called me before? It was like Sir Knight.
Yes, sir, Knight.
I would
he
write
says-
that. I would write
yeah,
that instead of Weston. I'd write Sir Knight.
Very nice.
And I'd hand it to her.
So you looks at it and looks back up at you. Are you sure this isn't fair?
Tip my
Listen-
hat to her.
As you did, you see she kind of looks back at Jingo Coyote and he kind of smiles. Well, I'm not quite sure this little missy ain't gonna tattle on us. He looks to you. To you, Weston. We're ready to accept your offer. We'll take full payment. You can come along. However, we're running a big risk here, because if we get in there and any of you say anything about us not being the rightful owners, they won't pay us right.
Well,
And
first of all, I'd watch your tongue and saying you're an owner. But I ain't got no problem saying you did it.
Good.
But you ain't all I'm saying is you ain't coming near her, you ain't walking her there alone.
That works, but we need to make sure she'll say the same thing and won't tattle to mommy and daddy when we get there. Now, can we trust you to make sure she doesn't say anything out of hand before we get the reward and leave? Or if she can't be trusted, we have ways.
That
We are prepared. We have. He kind of flashes a scroll. We have a spell to change your memories for this whole event just here. You won't realize what's happened. If that's
that ain't
necessary.
that ain't up to you.
Well, you don't keep her
That
quiet
ain't
or
up
not.
to me either.
Then he looks at you, looks at her. Well, Missy, you don't keep quiet or not. And she looks at you, Weston. Even though it's technically not up to you. She's a child, and she looks to you for the answer. And you know probably what she would do. Based on what she said already.
I'd look towards her. I'd look towards the paper. I'd like kind of, my eyes would follow back up from her hands, and I'd give her a little nod, like a little smirk and a little nod.
She looks at the paper too, and just kind of nods back. I won't say anything. At least till you're gone, I promise. All right, well, good enough for me. Whenever you're ready. He kind of tips he has this 4-foot tall top hat. He like tips to the both of you and starts walking back.
Yeah. I mean, I'd definitely stay close to Vanna, but I'd make my way as well.
Sure. You all see as he basically jumps on one of these towers, and you see there's about 3 or 4 people inside, and that one wagon, tower wagon, rolls off kind of slowly alongside the two of you, and then one stays back to watch the rest of you. You see it kind of go off in the distance. As they vanish, you all on the carriage. Galaby looks at you. Damn, I kind of feel like a coward right now. Won't lie to you. Feels kind of yucky.
Wait. Kind of demasculating.
Demasculating. You're a woman anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, sure.
Ugh. You see, he starts. He like almost shakes for a moment. Ugh. I was looking for a damn good chase too.
Yeah, we probably could have made it too.
Would have been kind of fun, honestly.
Well.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, didn't we do anything or talk about anything here at this wagon? Else we may jump over to.
Just every like 5 minutes, Hawkins like punches the side of the cart.
Hey! Don't punch that.
Sorry, we're a little bit upset.
And
Yeah,
when you're saying you're
well,
upset, it adds to the injury when you hear snickering coming from the tower, like 20 feet away from you. You see one of the guards up there watching you from the top.
Yeah. Where's Gold Company by us?
You don't believe them?
No, they're probably the real fake.
Yeah. You're just like Rose Gold Company points at my ass.
Yes, a lot of them are just gonna show ourselves. They're just in it for the money.
Well, I mean, kind of why I was here.
I'm sorry, guys.
He's not even sorry, is he? He's gonna come back and he's gonna see no problem with what he did.
He thinks it's
He's gonna
fucking
see no
funny,
problem
doesn't he?
with stringing us along. Like little fucking puppies.
What's the dwarf's name again?
You can hover. Oh, actually, you can't right now. It's Galaby.
Galaby, what's the biggest jump you've made with your carriage?
Well, like 15 feet. I actually had this really sick jump prepared in case we're on a chase, but, you know.
Oh, you got getaways planned?
Yeah, I wasn't really prepared for this, but... well, let's just say there's a bunch of bastards after me sometimes. You never know when...
Sorry.
You never know when the... You know, like the rock monsters don't come back. Never sleep with a rock monster. Bad idea.
You slept with the rock monster?
What's
Meh.
Oh,
My
never-
man,
what I said
my
that without sounding
man.
racist.
Hey, where's Fauna?
Isn't
Not
he a rock
bad.
monster? Rock lobster?
He's a rock bad.
Oh.
Right?
I'm a dwarf.
Yeah, dwarf rock bad.
Is there a race that's just rock monsters? That's how it's not doesn't have any other name? Or is it like a descriptive factor like fat hoe?
I'm going to give you guys all control of Vana so you can see. But that doesn't mean move her necessarily.
Yeah. Makes her stab somebody.
You see as you walk forward, Weston, you walk with this carriage. The carriage kind of stops at the gate, and everyone gets out. You see it's one person stays back in the wagon, but Jingo and two others come with you. As you start walking forward, you get to the gate. Jingo speaks forward. You hear someone say, "What's your business at the estate?" "Well, I'm pretty sure you can see our business if you look behind me. Got a little Missy is lost." And as he steps aside and sees her, "Miss Vana!" You hear in shock. And there's a bit of a realization. Quickly, the gate opens, and this guard guides you inside. And he's like, "This way." As he's currently leading you to the estate, he brings you forward to this door.
I'd probably be doing that thing where like almost like a parent holding their kid's hand across the street.
Hmm.
I'd probably be doing something like that.
This one guy waits for you guys to go on. He goes behind you.
Oh yeah, I can move both of us. Wow.
As you kind of enter, from the distance, you saw this kind of. There's this like lush property where it's a bunch of grass, and they have a bunch of actual green trees, or they've imported trees and not from around here. And you see this, not really a castle, but like a big manor, stone estate. It's actually kind of smaller than you thought, but you see there's more buildings in the distance, like they own just a lot of property and they have different buildings, different places. You see in the far distance some horses are moving around. And you step inside, you see a nice waiting room. And as you step in, the guard says, "Please wait here a moment. I shall inform the mister and the mistress." As the guardsman steps out. "Well, we're almost done now, aren't we? It's been a pleasure doing business. It's not done yet, but... Personally, I'm glad that how should I say it?" You see Jingo sits down, crosses his leg, and kind of puts his hand out. "How do I say this? It's been a long time since I've been able to do business with the Raella. It's a pleasure. You guys are always so easy to work with. Reasonable.
Valuable.
Actually, to be fair, back in the past, I'm sure the Raella probably would have tried to kick my ass, but you're reasonable. You're a scholar among your kind."
Trust me, kicking your ass ain't do me no good.
That won't do me no good either. I'm glad we see eye to eye. Alright, well. You see Vana's kind of looking around, kind of, even though she's in her own home, she's still kind of uncomfortable, still.
Yeah.
Then a few minutes pass, they just kind of chit-chat. Some of them are talking back and forth about what they're going to do with the money. Some of them say they're putting the bank, some say they're going to just have fun with it. As eventually knocks on the door. "Please follow me." as he steps forward. And naturally, I'll leave out. You kind of exit into this large, almost like a garden in the center. You see there's lots of room. There's guards all around. As he steps forward, he...
These guys are rich.
No, they are rich. Yeah, come this way. They're in the study. As he leads you all forward, if I can figure out where
Can
the-
I do?
Yeah.
Can I do like a I guess insight or perception or something? I'm just trying to like survey the area, see
Yeah,
if
go ahead.
anything is like weird.
Yeah, do perception first.
Okay.
I'll give you some more details. You look
I'm
around.
just thinking
you-
about
Go ahead.
the bounty hunters being weird, so I'm like, okay, well, what if there's you like? Surely it can't get much worse, but I'm thinking that it could.
You don't really see much. You look around. You see just in the scenery. You see a bunch of doors going different places. As you mentioned, the rich have nice golden statue of someone you can't tell who. And just all the decoration. You see the guards. They all kind of look at you, and they kind of come to full attention and watch very closely as they see the young lady, and some of them actually start following behind too. Obviously, it's their duty to protect her, so they start following behind. They start having a bit of an escort, but you don't really see anything weird. You see some servants looking through windows and things like that, but nothing that seems like an extra attack or anything crazy right now. As they lead you forward onto this nice
Extra
stone
attack,
pathway.
they're level 5.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, right in here. He leads you here. He opens the door. Firstly stepping through is Jingo steps through, obviously. He steps through, sees instantly sees them in. He kinda like stops, bows, takes his 4-foot tall top hat off, bows, puts it to his chest. For the honorable Ambreos, we have brought back something I'm sure you've missed dearly. And before he even stops talking, the mother runs forward and grabs her. Vana! Oh, thank goodness you're safe. Hi, Mama. I'm okay, thanks to, she looks back, thanks to these men. Oh, I'm so glad. She picks her up and starts swinging her around and pulls her back. You see the father also jumps up. When you look at them, you tell right away they're in casual wear, but their casual wear is very, very nice. And they're both...
I'd probably let these guys stand in front of me. I'd stand in the back and like sit in the doorway.
Yeah, they kind of all come in. You see the mother wears this nice red blouse, pretty simple. She has nice, smooth, palish skin from being able to stay away from the sun of Stella. She has the blonde, curly hair. You see the father also has nice, nicely trimmed. Both the parents are actually a little bit younger than you probably would have thought of. They're probably maybe in their early 30s at worst, maybe in their 20s, which it's kind of surprising for them to be so well off or so in charge of everything. Perhaps they were born into wealth. Perhaps they didn't form this themselves. But you see the man leans down. If it isn't my little pumpkin. Nice and rosy as always. He kind of grabs her cheek and pinches it. I'm glad you returned safe to us. He kind of like looks her over. You're not hurt anywhere, are you? Kind of spins her around, grabs her hand and spins her around like she's dancing. No, I'm okay, Papa. Thank you. It's a little scary, though. Oh, Vana. It's okay now. We're not gonna let that happen to you ever again, okay? As you see, this goes on for a few minutes of them just talking and doing what you can expect, being reunited with parents. They are pretty calm. They're not super like emotional or crying or anything. You can tell they care, but perhaps they're still putting on a bit of a facade because there are still the rest of you here. So you might get the sense that they are nobles through and through for sure. Well, they're not really nobles, but wealthy family through and through.
Mm-hmm.
As you step in, the guard kind of shuts the door behind you and stands guard on the outside. You see Vana and her mother kind of step to the side. Come over here, Vana. Your hair's a mess. She pulls out her brush, starts brushing it. Fauna naturally kind of looks back to you like she's leaving and she knows she's not supposed to be far from you. You can tell she's almost looking for confirmation with her own mother from you, without even thinking about it. Before she realizes what she's
Yeah, I
doing,
feel like
and
yeah.
she kind of smiles to
I'd
you and nods.
I'd probably have my hat kind of tipped down, kind of hiding my eyes a little bit. I'll give her a nice smirk.
Hmm.
Uh,
She
I'm
goes
kind
over.
of just watching.
You see, she actually sits down and her ribbons are taken out of her hair as she starts getting her hair brushed. And Mr. Ambreo steps forward. I suppose you're the one who is in charge of this band? Yeah, that's me. I'm Jingo Coyote, if you will. He tips his top hat. Just, he flashes his badge as well. Just a bounty hunter, assigned within the Rose Grove Company. Happened to find the young miss not too long ago, actually. Going up towards the eastern side of the nation. Slavery. That's what it was, slavery. Oh, slavery, that's what it was. I see. Do you have any idea who could have done this? Unfortunately, I don't really have much of an idea who it might have been. If I was to take a guess, maybe one of the prominent gangs over there. Can't really tell you which one, though. Don't know for sure. I see. If you think of anything about that, please let me know. But I can tell all of you are... he kind of looks towards you. I can tell most of you are well warned right now. I suppose I won't keep you. We will offer you dinner if you'd like. He looks around to all of you. You see Jingo kind of looks around to the rest of them. That won't be necessary. Your hospitality is enough in the reward. We don't need anything more. I see. You're a man of business. Do you know what you'd like? We're willing to offer whatever we can. Jingo kind of smiles and even takes off his, like, one-sided, like, goggle. And he starts fiddling, like, his mustache a little bit. We won't ask for much. Just whatever you think's fine monetary value. You know what the worth of your daughter is, I'm sure. You're right, You're right. Please.
You mean priceless? Are you fucking kidding me?
He said, give me a moment, please. Let me tell one of my men to get the funds. Excuse me, sir. He
Yeah.
nods his head to you.
forward.
Please go to the treasury. Tell them to bring funds. Just bring the entire thing.
Oh.
As the guard nods and runs off. Steps back. Well, I see you don't wish to stay for pleasantries. I'll be honest, I also wish to get to my daughter, and do not wish to keep you if you're not interested in the hospitality of the Ambreos. It's not like that. We're interested in your hospitality, just as you say. We all have different things to be doing, more important than hospitalities. Yes, that is right. May I ask your names? Jingo Coyote. At your service? And the other two just, they don't really, they just don't really give names as they work for them. You're free to give your name if you wish, Weston. But,
Yeah, I'd probably say name's Weston.
Well, I can't thank you enough. If you ever in Silfrin or you stick around and you need anything, though we're paying you now and this is for the request, we wouldn't be against helping friends of the family. Very generous of you. Very generous.
Don't worry, guys. Let me cook. We're gonna be friends of the family.
We're really happy for you.
I hope they don't kill you.
Dude, I was just thinking about it. If Hawkins heard to like bring the whole thing, like he actually would have just gone to cardiac arrest and died instantly.
So I don't know how much you're gonna be paying us. You mind if we didn't bring our carriage into the grounds, not to be rude. Do you mind if I send one of my men to go get the carriage to bring you in? Please, that'd be fine. It will take some time for the funds to be here anyway. Kind of nods and I noticed one of his men who walks out the door. He kind of gives you a sly smile as he steps by. Steps out. As you see, they're all talking for a little bit. I'm assuming you're not gonna pipe in, but you can if you want. Feel free, of course. But they do some more small talk.
Yeah. My plan for now is pretty much just stay until these guys leave.
Yeah. They do some more small talk, the typical hospitalities. He asked him more questions like what happened, if they know anything else, how difficult it was. But you can tell Jingo's actually really good at giving very vague answers that satisfy people. As he just gives like answers that are satisfying enough, but not specific enough for him to have to go into detail and potentially slip up. A lot of these things he answers are things you obviously know if you've been with her the entire time. You know who trying to capture. You know names. But for all of his problems, you do recognize it. At the very least, he's a good talker.
I'm gonna write this guy's name down real fast.
Yeah, Jingo Coyote. He's definitely said it a few times. You guys all know it. And it's not hard. It's not hard to not recognize this guy. He wears a one-sided goggle and a 4-foot-tall top hat, and has a wild-looking crossbow. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot my journal's messed up. Like I can't write stuff in it.
I see.
I forgot about that.
I don't know if I can.
I'm just gonna write it down for now.
Yeah, maybe just write it somewhere else for the moment. Let's see if I can open this up.
It's okay. We don't have to worry about it for now.
I see. But yeah, they're just talking, and then it kind of gets to a point where another important point where Oliver. By now they've introduced themselves. Him as Oliver Ambreo and Alice Ambreo. They are the sons. Well, he's the son of the older Ambreos who really formed this, but he's now currently in charge of the family, and of course she is as well. Which is stuff you probably don't know if you asked, but just simple things. You know their name now. And he even offers, please, you don't need to be so formal. You can just call me Oliver. We don't have to be so strict. I do have another question. You have said you do not know where or exactly who took them. However, I have two offers. Firstly, it seems you're all very talented. We could offer you full-time employment at our estate. Very good pay, protection, a nice life where you wouldn't have to worry about much of anything. Secondly, if that's not for your style, or you could do this as well, we can't let whoever is targeting our family and our poor Vana, whoever the bastard is, who would bring a young girl into this, we can't let them go free. If you can figure out who's behind her kidnapping, likely whoever it was who hired the slavers or whoever it is you think it might be, if you can investigate and find them, our initial price for reward on finding this information and potentially even bringing them to us is 5,000 silver doctrines. That's our first reward. More depending on difficulty. Gino kind of puts his hat back on and smiles. After all, we are bounty hunters, and you're right in saying we can't quite well accept full-time employment here. It's a very great offer, and we'd love to, but we have some things, obligations that prevent us from staying here, if you will. However, your mission for investigating, we can do that. We don't know exactly what it is, but we can potentially spend some time investigating and trying to get to the bottom. Basically go up from the bottom to whoever is in charge of the slavers, to whoever's in charge of them, and to whoever it was who put in the mission to that person. We could do that potentially. Though it's going to be dangerous, maybe worth more. Don't worry, I'm willing to pay whatever if it gets done. Perfect. Well, once we're done with this, we're going to be heading back over towards Port Crevice, where a lot of that's situated. And we'll see what we can do. Kind of smiles. About the same time, a knock on the door, and you see the guard walks back in, with another guard actually, as they're carrying this big chest. As you see, they put this chest. The chest is ornate, made of gold, on the ground. All right, this is our Unfortunately, a lot of our funds are not liquid. We have a lot of funds at the bank and other places, but here we have these funds. As he opens up this chest, inside of it, it's not like a treasure chest, like a pirate chest where it's like jewelry and stuff, but just a bunch of coins. As you see, almost all of it is silver dollars. You see a couple Rihdarian gold there, here and there. But he raises it forward and puts it up. This here, for the return of our young daughter, is 7,500 Rihdarian. 7,500 silver dollars. I hope that is pleasing to you. You see the man across from Jinjo like go big-eyed, but Jinjo kind of manages to he breathes in before he gets surprised. Oh, I don't wish to be greedy. That seems like a pretty good offer to me. Hmm.
I'm gonna kill this guy one day.
I think he's funny.
I like him, but I'm gonna kill him one day.
Yeah, it made sense for you to want to kill him. He's one of those characters
we
where
should kill him and take their money.
you can like him as a player, but your character has to be like, what the fuck? This guy's... It's awful. Well, I think we'll happily accept that. Don't wish pushing buttons by asking for more or anything like that. Well, I suppose we ought to be going. Would you mind getting your men here to help take it to the carriage? Of course. Will the two of you please help carrying this to their carriage? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As you see, they start walking forward. They open the door and walk back out. Well, Jingo tips his hat again. Been a pleasure. I'm glad your daughter has returned to you safely. He goes up and he goes up to shake his hand, and Oliver takes off his glove and like very generously like shakes his hand for a continued beneficial relationship and the protection of your daughter. And as he says that, Oliver nods, and Gino kind of like wipes a fake sweat off his forehead as if it was really difficult when he walks past you, Weston, and says to you, "Time to go." As this human brawler goes out in front of you. As you step through the door, Weston, you hear behind you, running a feet. Oh, Vana, what are you doing? As Vana runs forward, and she grabs your hand and puts something in it. Thank you. Before running back. Sorry, he dropped something.
Before she ran back, I kind of want to whisper under my breath and say,
Okay.
"I'll be right back." And shut the door. And whenever she runs away, I'll shut the door.
As you all get let out.
And I guess as I'm walking behind everyone, I'll peer towards my hand to see what she put in my hand.
You see it's a long red ribbon that she used to sometimes wear in her hair, but it was like comforting to her. Whenever she got nervous, she would rub it. And it's nice and silky. It's a little bit torn up now from all the travel, but it's a nice silk red ribbon that she would always use to calm her anxiety and her worries, and she'd sleep with. And she gives that to you as a last peace offering. As instead of running this, I'm just gonna teleport everyone outside. Two guards come out, and Gino comes out, you come out, and this guy comes out, and you go out.
You just drag me. Whee!
What the?
So where would the rest of the party be?
They're through the
Near
gate.
carriage?
They're not on this. They're back where the first tower wagon is. They're hundreds and hundreds of feet away.
Oh.
You see riding up. You see the guy who left earlier, and the other one on the carriage come through, and they bring in their tower wagon. And as they come,
What is a tower wagon?
so it's like a normal wagon, except it has a makeshift wooden tower that's 20 feet tall on top of it.
I'm guessing it's to resemble this stupid-looking guy's top hat.
You don't know the logic behind it, but it's like a mobile. It's almost like a mobile outpost tower, so it's very effective for setting up towers for people to go inside,
Right.
have protection and good sight. As
Can't
it
wait
comes
to call
forward,
this guy Wagon Hat.
as they come forward, they open the wagon. Oh, just right in there. Oh, please be gentle with it. Very valuable. Of course. As the guards kind of push it in. All right, well, suppose we can handle it from here. Thank you very much. As he kind of salutes, they nod and they start walking back. They nod to you as they walk past. As one of them goes inside and one stays outside to basically just to watch, make sure everything goes smoothly. As they load back on this tower wagon, you see the four of them. Jingo goes in the door. You like a ride?
Nah, head back and tell my companions to meet me up here.
Yeah, if you insist. As you see, they right away. All right. Let's. You see, the rest of you on the wagon have been sitting there. See coming through. Is this tower wagon comes rolling out. They stop by the other tower wagon. You see one of them jumps off and runs and talks to them, and they load up. You see Jingo steps out in front of you guys. Went smooth. You want to guess how much profit we made?
What did I?
7,500 silver dollars. Here, have some. He flips you a copper dog and Hawkins.
You better hope we never meet again.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, also your friend said goodbye.
Alright.
Huh?
What?
Hmm?
Can you say that?
Yeah, inside.
That sounds entirely. I wouldn't believe him already without it inciting. That ain't our fucking bird.
Ain't a bird.
Come on, guys. You don't even need to incite that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
I mean,
that's what I said.
It's possible. You know,
What?
you've been stringing us along all this time. So
If anything,
Friend.
Hawkins would be the one to not think that.
Did
know,
you already
that's-
say that you were gonna leave us?
That was out of
Okay,
character.
okay.
No, I mean, we've already said that we're splitting up at some point. Which
I
is-
just said before we did this deal that although you guys make me want to leave, I plan to repay any lost debt. That's what I said that before we did this deal. And I
still-
offered my badge as collateral, like the badge that makes me.
I guess if he says goodbye, even if I do believe you, I'm gonna walk up there and beat the shit out of you for leaving.
As he kind of smiles and nods. Well, if you want to say something, you better hurry up. Gate's closing.
I could fucking kill him.
As the two tower wagons pick up and go past you, Galaby looks at them. Damn, would have been fun to race those things. See those damn war horses under there?
Yeah.
I see. They all roll off, and Galaby looks at you guys. Well, done my job. Been a pleasure. Pay me.
Yeah, would you mind heading us up? I'll pay him up front. Here you go. Would you mind going up front, and we might want to get west. What's the gate?
If you can sing a song for me, yeah. Feeling kind of let down after. So anticlimactic.
You're let down.
Ugh.
You got
Whatever.
paid.
Whatever.
You got paid
Shut up, you bastard. You're
for
pissing
your
me off.
work.
Rano, Roscoe,
I'm already pissed.
See Rano and Roscoe walk forward. And then they get to the gate. You see a guard stops you guys at the gate as Galaby says, "Get off my wagon."
Alright, later. Hopefully
Good luck.
you don't get caught by that stone person or whatever.
Yeah, she's a bitch.
Monster. Yeah, she's a bitch.
As you all get off, you get to the gate. You're not here yet. At the gate, as all of you get off, you hear the guard say, business with Ambreo's estate?
We're with Wes. The Riola.
The Riola. What the hell's a Riola?
Yeah. Did I say it wrong?
It's
he's
either Riella or Real.
Oh, the Riola.
Oh, the one from earlier. Actually, I didn't see
Yeah.
him leave. I thought he was in the tower. I think he just left.
No, he's still in there, I suppose.
You see him say, all right, give it a second. What are you doing, Weston?
Sure.
You're just staying here. You're just waiting here for them to...
While I'm waiting for them, I want to tie the ribbon around my cowboy hat, like how you see.
Sure.
You'll see them. I mean, you see them in real life, right? But I wanted to wrap it around.
As you wrap it around, at the gate, they call up to the house, and you can't hear it, but inside someone answers something. And the guardman sticks his head out. Hey, did one of those people stay here? What the... What are you still doing on the estate?
I'm waiting for my companions to catch up.
Okay, let me...
I got some business.
He goes inside, he answers one, and calls back. Yeah, let him in. As the guard down there says, all right, you're allowed in. As on the gate, this giant, about 20 foot tall, white stone gate slowly starts opening. He does walk in. I'm going to use the restroom, but you guys are free to move.
Hawkins is like looking at all the guys like, all right, so if I'm going to beat the shit out of West now, how would I be able to get out of here?
Vaughn is awesome. Vaughn is my favorite character. This one interaction alone like makes me want to keep playing West End. These are the type of things that like make me like D&D. This shit's so fun for me.
You could like say that you want to work with them because they offer jobs, right?
Oh, trust me, I got some things planned.
I trust you.
That would be fun. Like you stick with become Vanna's personal bodyguard. Oh, that'd be so cool.
I was thinking about that too,
Besties.
but I think I'm gonna keep playing West End because I have a
Oh.
plan. I want to further the relationship with Vanna and this family as like a player, but I have a plan.
Oh, you have a plan?
I
Huh.
have a plan. I have a plan for everything.
I can't tell you my plans.
I've
'cause the
prepped
haters
for
will
this
sabotage me.
interaction the past 3 weeks. I've like wrote shit down for it.
What? Oh.
I've
I
done
have
player
plans
prep.
that I cannot share with you right now. Because the haters.
Well, I'm gonna
haters
share. I'm
will
just gonna do it in
sabotage me.
character.
The haters will sabotage me.
What do you say in that voice?
What voice?
What do you say like that?
I don't know. I don't.
Okay,
I don't-
I'm okay.
Go ahead, you just keep talking. It's not...
I know this is out of character. It doesn't matter.
And if it's... Okay.
No, it doesn't. Don't worry about it.
We love keeping secrets from the DM.
I shoot. Guys, you shouldn't be against me. You should be against the NPCs.
Shut up!
Who are you?
Fondy, this is really enjoyable for me. I just want to let you know. This is like
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
these moments are like my favorite D&D things ever. It's like these like heartfelt moments.
Mhm.
It's what makes me like D&D.
Would it start in like just a minute? I need to blow my nose or something. And then I need to...
Me too.
But you blow me.
That was a good one, people.
Thanks.
Really smooth.
Thanks, homie. What the fuck did you just do there? You just threw your pieces at me.
Yeet.
Weston got a new look on his cowboy hat.
And it's a look of sadness.
No, it's a red ribbon.
Is it pretty?
Does that mean you're going X Games mode?
All right.
Oh, I'm about to find the people who took her.
I suppose I'm ready.
Spoiler.
Is everyone else done?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
I mean, I think so.
As you guys walk up this long road, you see the estate from a distance. It's nice. It almost looks like a one-story tall castle in a way. It's all made of stone, cobblestone. It's very wide, not very tall though, and it kind of surprises you. But then you see farther in the distance, behind some trees, green trees. They're imported, which shows their wealth. You see several other buildings, and you realize, oh, they're less of like a person who owns one giant house, but they own a lot of stuff over a lot of land. And as you walk forward, you get closer, and you see this nice decorated building, and you see up ahead, there's actually not a carriage there, but you see a guard on the outside, and nearby Weston, doing whatever Weston's doing, looking at you maybe.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just I was tying this ribbon around my hat. I'll put my hat back on my head as I'll look towards Hawkins walking towards me.
Oops. Oh, Jesus.
How can we help you?
Well, Hawkins, raise your sword for me.
If I raise my sword, I don't think I'll be able to stop myself from lowering it down on you, mate. I'm very upset.
Raise your sword, Hawkins.
Fine. Hawkins raises the sword.
I want to walk to the point where it's basically like touching my chest, almost like an,
Do you
like
have
an
a sword?
inch.
Is it your Warhammer?
Oh yeah, I
Father
guess
is
this
a
is a
Warhammer?
Warhammer, not a sword.
Well, you do have a sword.
I guess I have a sword. I thought Hawkins gets his bag. He gets on his knees, probably rummage around. No. No. Okay, yeah, just one. Alright.
Pulls out a crowbar.
And I'll walk up directly towards Hawkins and stand right in front of his sword as I'm like an inch away from it. Hawkins, don't think of you or anyone else, but if you think I've done the world wrong, Hawkins, slice me down where I stand.
We know you haven't done the world wrong. You've done us wrong.
I'm planning to repay that back in full. I don't know what they told you, but hopefully they told you come here. Cause
No, he said bye.
that's why I mentioned I kind of figured he'd say bye, but I ain't leaving. And you guys have helped me a great deal. I think it's time we repay that favor. With that being said, you guys want to earn some of our own money?
I thought I already was.
That's what we were
See if we've
doing.
earned that for someone else.
Don't worry, I'll make sure you guys get paid.
Wes, you understand the situation we're in. This is life and death.
Kill me, Hawkins.
I'm not gonna kill you, you're my mate.
Just take one limb, bro.
The rest of you
I'm
just,
not,
go ahead.
you know I wouldn't kill you, I wouldn't hurt you. You're my friend, I'm just mad.
Look, Hawkins, I know you're mad. And if this situation happened again, I hope you know I ain't want to change anything that happened. One day we're gonna find them bastards. We're gonna take our money back. Whether it's in money form or life form.
I do
Those
like
type
life
of
for
people
money.
Those type of people deserve one last chance to redeem themselves, and if it comes down to it and we find them and they don't, hey, that's why they call you the Jaws, right?
Is this guard looking at us?
Yeah, he's kind of over there keeping his eyes out. He's not stopping you or approaching you, but he's definitely making sure you guys aren't doing anything weird. Speaking of which, Kara, what are you doing in the trees?
I mean, I think if anything, I think Kira's just kind of beyond. I was just on. I just put myself there like nonchalantly.
Oh, I didn't see.
I guess if anything, I would just be a couple distance away, kind of just giving them.
Yeah, I wonder what you guys are doing.
space.
Yeah, you
I
guys
was wondering why no one was walking to.
Yeah, are you guys
I
just,
didn't see my.
I
I
didn't
didn't see
realize
my
that we were on the
icon.
map yet. Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
guys how much distance are you doing to this? Or are you guys like sitting there just trying to
We're
eavesdrop?
just hanging out.
No, I'm standing like right behind Hawkins. I'm like smelling him.
Ah,
I
interesting.
think Hawkins would be more concerned if he didn't sense anyone else here. It was just him and. Well, it's okay, good, they're there. Also, West, I don't know what you were trying to say. I know the kind of person you are, but what is it?
Well, thing is, Hawkins, is I was never in this for money.
I
You
know.
know that. But
I was painfully aware of that.
how about we become some rich family's friends? I look around the street. I look at all the houses, everything that surrounds us. Something a little bit more than money, Hawkins. As I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna walk towards the guard.
Sure. Oops.
Would Hawkins stop me or anything? Or
No, I was like, I think it's more like, what on earth? Did she talk that? How?
What is blood waffling about?
She's in the ground. I recognize you from
Uh,
earlier. How, I'm kind of surprised you didn't
I'd-
leave with the others. How can I help you?
Well, I'm not with the others. I'd like to talk about some employment with the Ambreos, if that offer is still available.
I'm sure they're currently rekindling their lost connection with their daughter.
Well,
He,
I'm
he
sure I
listed
could
the rest
share
of you.
some insight on how their daughter got taken and by who.
I feel like that should have been shared earlier. Because that you were here earlier with the others, I'll allow you and your interesting group of friends, at least into the
They'll
waiting
wipe
room.
their toes.
As he opens the door, please come into the waiting room. As he's
Wipe your feet, guys. Don't get their stuff dirty.
While people walk in, he's casting prestidigitation on their shoes. Phew.
Thank you, thank you.
see how the dirt kind of goes away and the smell kind of lightens up.
Our stench.
Are you going to cure it?
I'm just waiting for you guys to go in first.
I'm casting prestidigitation on your shoes.
Well, thank you.
Pew.
Yeah, Kira needed that for sure. Sleeping in the woods all the time.
Guys, get in here. You're
Cast
letting
it
the
on your
flies out.
roots. Pew 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 pew.
Hey, the more you see your roots kind of
Get dirty
turn
again.
lively for a moment before they die right away again.
Guys, shut the door. You're letting the flies out.
Alright, I'll be back. I shall go speak to them.
I guess
Can I actually catch him before
Yeah, he's about to go out the
before
door.
he goes out?
Yeah, I'll see you.
Tell them it's just tell them it's Sir Knight.
Okay.
Okay, like we're just
That's what I
cringing.
would say too.
I was like, wow, that was embarrassing. That was cringe. Sir Knight. Who the hell would call themselves Sir Knight?
Shut up, Hawkins.
So Wes, what did they say in there?
Just some random bullshit. You know how it is. Get their money and go.
Yeah.
It's fine. Sometimes, Hawkins, I'm telling you, sometimes there's more than just silver and gold.
Yes, it's the things you could do with the silver and gold that's important. Like getting potions that keep you alive.
Or it's favors from powerful people.
Yeah, that's important too. And if we can get that, I'll be a
Move the
little bit
bar.
happier.
You guys sit here in this nice waiting room. You see on the table, you see like some like niceties. You see some like little candies or little kind of croissants sitting there for people waiting.
Hawkins leans over. Oh, it's got Nutella in it.
As you kind of munch, you're in this nice kind of very, very decorative area. You keep seeing the statue beside you. You keep feeling like the statue's moving every now and then. You always feel like when the statue beside you, Hawkins, all of you like look at it. You always feel like it's looking at you for some reason, even though it hasn't clearly moved at all. Which kind of makes you feel a little creepy, which is kind of a strange thing you feel in this main room. But probably about 5 or so minutes go by until our guard comes back. Hello. Your request was unfortunately rejected by the Ambreos, the master and the mistress. However, upon the young lady's request, they've decided to honor seeing you. So, I suppose you can follow me. As Weston, you step
Guys
out
coming?
to a similar corridor.
Yo.
You'll see a nice little garden with a fountain. Just a lot of rich people stuff. You see a bunch of doors going to different parts of this complex, which is clearly, well, who knows? He opens the door. Please step inside.
Am I standing on a bookshelf?
Yes.
Yeah, you're on a bookshelf.
Oh,
I walked
my
around.
bad.
As you step
bookshelf.
inside, you see a bunch of the guards through the windows reposition and take like a very defensive stance against all of you.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna look towards everyone. Could you guys make yourselves look a little bit more, like, don't look so mean right now, alright, guys? We're fine.
Start smiling, but it looks scary.
Afternoon.
As you all step inside, please take seats wherever you can. You see the man looks forward. He kind of looks up. He has a very, very tight jawline. Obviously, he wears makeup himself. I kind of looks at you all.
God.
I recognize the one named Weston, I believe it was. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit confused. However, our young daughter said we should allow you an audience. Yeah, that's right. As you see, Vaughna's still getting her hair brushed and taken care of by her
Yeah.
mother.
Before I take a seat or anything, I'm going to mention, well, I believe I have some information on who took your daughter.
May I ask why? Why didn't you say so earlier? I'm not to be rude to you all, but this crowd definitely isn't as doesn't feel as homely as the previous group who came in here.
You know, I feel like they've gotten that before, but, well, it was part of a deal. They unfortunately caught us at the door, and I didn't want to endanger your daughter. So, I ain't one for monetary value.
Bastards took the credit for our work.
Yeah, that's true, Papa. I was told not to say anything, because they didn't want them to hurt me. You hear, Mother? Is that true, Vana? Yeah, it is. That's awful. Oliver
But-
looks over toward you all. I see, so that's how it was.
Yeah, they robbed you blind.
Well,
I wouldn't
Arguably.
necessarily say robbed, but
Arguably,
Well,
they
robbed
robbed
both of us
you.
blind.
Arguably for me, I would have paid that regardless. I got my daughter back. I do feel somewhat remorseful that the rightful protectors of my dear Vana weren't rewarded.
there's much more reward in making friends with a family than monetary value in a case like this.
Speaking of
And
which, give me just a moment.
A single tear rolls down my face.
You see, he steps by it. Excuse me,
Me and
miss.
Leah just both clench our fist.
We're just
Look
crying.
down. Roll this way. Excuse me. Pardon me.
guys, don't worry, we're gonna get money. Don't worry.
You hear him step
You
outside.
see my
Kira,
tears. It was
keeping by
cheaper.
the door, hear him tell the guards, put on alert for... They couldn't have got far. They are two large... what did you say? There are towers on wagons. Yes, sir. That was right.
Look for a
Put-
guy with
put
a
alert for
wagon
them.
hat. His hat looks like a wagon.
You see he steps back in the door. Thank you. That in fact was not a wagon hat, though. That was a very tall top hat. And a very tall top hat. Please, alert.
Wagons.
Ain't
Let
as
the
cool as my
authorities, they're
hat.
part of the bounty hunters. And he basically gives them directions and basically puts out a search for these people. So you guys probably realize that they're probably going to be pretty hard to find.
Yeah.
Unless they, for some reason, they decide not to drop the wagons. He sets back inside. Well, I thank you sincerely. I'm sorry that my genuine things I feel has been wasted on those scoundrels. I feel almost insincere saying thank you, though I do mean it. Me and my wife Alice do sincerely thank you for bringing back Vana. Basically in one piece. She was saying some stories. We were a little confused. She was talking about a lizard man with a creepy smile, and we didn't see one of them, but now I see what she's talking about. And she was talking about all of you.
Along with some stories, I do have some information for you.
Information? You'd mentioned that earlier.
You mentioned you were looking for the people who took her.
Well, of course,
And,
they've kidnapped my young daughter. They can't be left alone. I can't tell
Yeah, I
if...
ran
I don't know
into
their
'em.
motives.
I was running from them in the forest after I got Vana out of their place. Oh, the only thing I don't have written down is the building that I got them out of.
You
I
didn't.
know
You
what
actually,
it
you
was
got them
called.
out of... They were on the move. They were in like a prison caravan almost. Kind of busted them out of
Okay.
the caravan.
Well, I found them in what appears to be a caravan, a group known as the Willows. They're in Port Crevice.
Lets his tongue when he hears that. I see.
I got one better for you. Some guy, while we were being chased, some guy outside this shack or so mentioned some fella named Renendale Ultrek.
You hear the mother gasp. Riddendell? That can't be right. Are you sure this is what you heard? That's the name?
I'm positive.
I've heard he works for the Willows, but he's never been one for things like that. He's very famous. What you may call a tamer. Mostly known for capturing and selling rare animals and beasts and creatures. Not little girls.
Well, regardless of who they capture, that's what I do. You have bounty hunters and you have people who rescue instead. And I'm glad that you guys got your daughter back. She's a nice little kiddo.
I agree.
Now, I'm not looking for no monetary value or nothing. In fact, I was actually going to ask you about taking your job to figure out more about this group. Although it might take some time, I'd be willing to do it for free. However, my companions here sacrificed. They went to great lengths to get me here on time with Vana. And they're a bit on a time schedule. I'm not sure if you could do us the pleasure as to make this easier on them. But it would be a great help.
I do not know what you mean by make it easier on them, but I'm willing to. Of course, you. It kind of nods. It is nice to see a Riol. He actually recognizes that you're not a Riela. A Riol that is still honorable and still. Well, it reminds me of the stories I've heard of the Eternal Pats long ago. All Riols and Riela would do things for free just for the right, for the good. Same with the lizard folk. He kind of naturally looks towards you, Hawkins. It's bittersweet to see something like that still in this day, but hopeful for a brighter future. Seeing someone like you. However, for your friends and yourself, if you do go take on this mission, if you will, we're not going to offer you nothing for free, and the price still stands. Our initial price is 5,000 silver doctrines for the retrieval of whoever it was. Firstly, the retrieval of whoever was captured her, perhaps Renendel. Or, at the very least, good information, solid evidence on who it was who ordered this capturing. I don't know what you mean on their time frame. I can't ask you to have this done in 2 weeks. I can ask you to have it done in a year. I don't know how long it might take to uncover something like this. The quicker the better, of course, before someone else tries to get at one of us, for whatever reason.
Well, I'm in for the job whether or not my companions here say yes or no. But I believe they have somewhere to be in how long, Hawkins?
How long?
How long,
It's like
guys? I
11
don't
days
know.
or something. It's like 11 or 12 days left.
Because like I thought it
When-
was 11, but then it wasn't a whole day yet. I don't know.
Yeah, by the time you rest in the morning, it's probably been another day. So, I don't know, you probably have 10, 11 days maybe? I don't know exactly. I'd say no, I mean, it's somewhere around there.
We're leaving Sulfur at tomorrow.
I'm putting my faith out in telling you guys this on their behalf. They need to get down to Josta about 11 days time. Otherwise, they're gonna be in some deep trouble, if you know what I mean. And that's about all the ask I can really do.
He kind of furrows his eyebrows and nods. I understand. I don't know why you may be heading towards the front lines of a battlefield, but if you're asking
Blow some
for
shit up.
a carriage or something like that, it's the least I could offer you for the return of Anna, and in the fact that all of your funds have been taken from under you. It's the least I can do. I do appreciate you making the sacrifice to protect my little girl over the money we paid them. And there's no problem in giving you transportation. And comfortable
you.
transportation at that.
I'm just thinking about our last comfortable transportation.
It doesn't fly, does it?
No,
Our
it's
last is
it'll
gonna
be a
be the
carriage.
hurt.
Yeah, of course.
Is there anything else you need for this travel? Do you need us to get you supplies? Do you need guards?
No, we don't need no guards.
Hmm.
If you've got rations, these are all things we truly can't afford ourselves right now. We have no money. Things like rations, food, anything you can spare, even quotes.
We will
Or
load
down
up the
sleeping
carriage.
materials.
Do you want 1 or 2 carriages for the ride? I see there are a decent amount of you.
Wow, we get that option.
Of course,
Uh,
it's at least.
We'll just
I think we
This-
can do with one.
yeah. Iggy can shriek a little bit.
Alright, I can have it ready by the morning, but I need to know where you want it. We can have it here. We can drop it off somewhere. Of course, we'll have a driver come along with you.
Where you want it, Hawkins? Your captain.
I don't know where we're staying.
You can stay here
I
if you need.
guess.
We have
We can't
rooms.
impose on that. That wouldn't be fair on you.
No, please.
Hawkins,
What was the
I
name?
want
Sorry.
to I want to show you something based on our hard work. This is something you don't get from money. As I'm gonna kind of look towards Vanna from around the bookshelf. Vanna,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you think it'd be all right if Hawkins and all of us stay here for the night?
She kind of looks to her mother and father. Also, for permission, her mother just kind of pats her head. Yeah, I would. That'd be great. I want to show you what proper food tastes like.
Oh my god. If it's any food like that dragon meat for yesterday or this morning.
That was proper food, but I'm thinking about how long you've went eating jerky and dried meat and having to sleep in bushes. She looks at you, Kira. A proper bed. She kind of like gets real happy. Oh, and finally you can all bathe. Whew. Thank goodness.
Well, no filter.
Man, do my wings need a good cleaning.
I could bathe with magic.
If you don't mind us staying here for the evening, it would be much appreciated.
You see Alice kind of smiles at her daughter and smiles at Oliver, and he nods. Of course, there would be no issue with that. Assuming you're prepared to follow the protocols here, which means there's a curfew. You can't leave and exit randomly without talking to a guard first. Safety reasons, of course.
No
If that's
problem
fine
with
for
me.
you.
And what was the name of the church that we went to at the start of the campaign for
The
the Hermes
church?
Knights?
The Cathedral of Golden Prosperity.
Oh, we don't happen to be close to the Cathedral of Golden Prosperity, do we?
Unfortunately, we are not. Our estate is, as you've noticed, probably coming here. A lot of the houses dip off. We live off, kind of towards one of the sides, closer toward the mountains. That'd be deeper in the city. We're not a big fan of. He kind of raises his hand. We're not the biggest fan of religion, so we didn't feel the need to be close. We don't often
That's
attend.
fair.
Plus, a lot of nobles like churches, and a lot of nobles don't like us. It's asking for trouble. However, if you need a ride there, we can give you a ride, I'm sure.
If you
Changes
wouldn't
and
mind,
Sure.
thank you.
It's my pleasure. Anything else? Would you like that now, later, in the morning?
In the what time is it now? Because we got here in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit late. The church, you don't know if the church is open all night, so you might have to push it off till the morning.
I don't know if people would be there in the morning. The people I want to talk to.
Oh,
Who are you wanting to talk to?
The Hermes Knights.
The thing is that they were always there anytime you went, so you kind of figured that's kind of like a situation of you go there and they're
okay.
probably going to appear once they realize who the hell's there.
Okay. No, we'll I could drop in the morning once we've
Perfect.
packed up and everything. Thank you. I like to think the badgers are like poking, like as the the guards are like in the defensive positions, they're being climbed on by a bunch of tiny badgers on the windows.
You see, like, two of the badgers are on the inside, and like they're knocking, and one of their brothers is somehow on the outside. Like, knocking back.
We have some little ones with us. Hate to intrude.
Haven't asked. I've noticed the beast folk, the badger there. Bismarck kind of nods, and you see running around is Jackal and Tiny Plant, and your magical pets, I suppose.
The work never stops.
I now understand
of
why
adventures.
Vana was Vana seemed to have so much fun during her adventure. She had a lot of company.
She's a tough cookie.
Hmm. Well,
Well,
I suppose, what would you like first?
I hate to impose further. I suppose could you give us rooms and we'll leave you guys to your privacy?
Yes, I was about to ask you to wish for rooms or a bath first, but I suppose rooms are better suited. Just simply step outside and ask one of the guards to show you the rooms. As you see, he kind of waves to the guard behind the window, and you see him yelling around. You can't really hear what they're making out, though.
I can't hear you. These badgers are on me. Stop chewing at my boots.
As you guys try to step forward, the guard's like, follow me. Unfortunately, the bedrooms, as you step out, you see a bunch of guards around this building looking through the windows. They're obviously very much so paying attention. Unfortunately, there's not a proper resting area within the estate. We have different resting homes, but follow me this way. I can show you around a bit.
Resting homes.
Firstly, in here, we have our dining room. You can rest and lounge if you wish. Alcohol, games of the sort. Follow me around. Up north here, we have our another resting room. Most rooms here are mostly for work and business. You could arguably sleep in here if you wished. But most rooms are like this. Next one is our dining room. We come and have dinner, if you have dinner tonight. Otherwise, most other rooms are similar or off limits. I will take you to the resting houses and show you where the bath house is as well. As instead of forcing us to all move, we'll just imagine that he takes you out the front doors and to kind of to the road and off to a beaten path where you see a nice, like 3-story tall, small version of a mansion. Please, there's no other guests here. They're fully staffed with butlers and maids in case there's ever staffs, but there's 30 rooms, a kitchen, a game room here, anything you can need, and enough staff to always be somewhere you can easily find them. Please pick your rooms. If you'd like a nice view, I personally suggest some of the top floor rooms on the 3rd floor. And if you're worried about safety, he kind of like points to the left down the road. The barracks for all us guardsmen are nearby, so if there's ever an issue, you can run over there and grab us, and we'll quickly come over and help.
Thank you.
Sounds perfect.
Yes. As he kind of steps away, you step inside, you see some butlers and maids. Some of them bowed to you. We're ready to assist you however we can. You do see a few guards inside guarding, but they don't pay you much mind. But you guys are in a nice, almost like a resort. It reminds you, Hawkins, and you, Kira, of your time at the Springside Inn back in Maplewood. A pretty fancy inn you stayed at a long time ago.
Well, all I want from you guys is a glass of water and to let me know when dinner's ready. Otherwise, for me, relax a bit.
Do you have a request for dinner? We can make anything you'd like. Most likely.
I'm a huge fan of veggies.
Sure. Alive or dead?
Why did he ask it like that?
Preferably the crop grown kind.
Oh, understood. For the rest of you, what would you like? We can prepare drinks too. We can bring drinks to your rooms first if you'd like.
I'll have the meat of the day and some living veggies, please.
Yeah, I want one of the living veggies.
Living veggie in the meat of the day. We don't really have meat of the day. We're not a restaurant. We didn't make something random for you.
Whatever's
But
freshest.
Living veggie.
whatever's freshest. Kind of looks at you.
I'm not
understood.
picky.
Understood. We'll bring the freshest meat, and you want the freshest veggie too?
Yeah, living.
They're
Okay.
gonna bring you a fucking pig and a vegetan.
Let's go.
What about the rest of you? You said you
Would I
wanted to
know what
save us.
a living veggie is?
Do a history check. I don't feel like you've been around too much, so maybe you don't. Let me see. Let me scroll down. No, you don't know what that means. You know a bunch of like living plants and things as a wood elf, but you don't know what that means in terms of noble dining. You don't know what that means at all. I mean, you
I'll
assume
take
it,
one of those too. I'll ask Hildegard.
you know some living plants. All right. Anything else? Anything specific? Something from your homeland, maybe?
I think I'll pass on that.
All right. Oh, what about you? Let's over towards Idramore.
Dirt.
Would you like freshly manured dirt? What sort of dirt?
Yes.
We can bring you a cow to, if you'd like. We can bring a cow to your. Well,
He's treated himself.
Oh, yes.
My
right. And you, miss, let's over here toward Julia. You said you wanted a live plant as well, but anything else?
Yeah, I'll have what he's having. Points to Hawkins.
I'll have what he's having.
And he looks back. You want what the tree's having?
No, Hawkins. I mean points at lizard.
Me.
Oh. Do you want fresh meat as well?
Yeah,
All right,
just
perfect.
cooked. Hopefully.
Right, well, enjoy your time. The bathhouse is always open. You can go. There's a hallway on the first floor. You can see it way over there. It kind of points to a little hallway. You can exit through there and take a nice bath. There's communal bathing, individual bathing. But please pick whatever room you want. We'll announce whenever dinner's ready.
Where's the bath?
Oh, it's not on the map. It's just
we're
Oh my
thinking
God.
about it right now.
the theater of mind.
Oh, we gotta go wash.
Yeah. Slash pre-washes.
Oh, sure. You guys go to
Yeah, already making my way over there.
Are you guys going to the communal one, or are you going to?
Oh, I'm taking a bath on my own.
Okay, individual bathing.
I think the last bath
To a
taken
jackal.
was in Maplewood.
Yeah, with
She's
Jackal.
shy.
Fair.
Hawkins is gonna start
Um,
smiling at me
we
if I
stanky.
You know what?
As you guys step aside, you see this nice individuals. You see a nice ceramic bathtub, unlike in Maplewood where it was like a bucket. It's a very nice ceramic one. You see a pipe system. You see magic symbols, and you know right away there's like written underneath. It says tap once to warm water, tap twice to cold water. So magical ways of heating your bathing water. And you see like a toilet that also basically has like a pipe system and another magic thing. When you hit it, it kind of squirts water out like a modern bidet. And you see just a very, very fancy. There's paintings in all these bathrooms. There's proper ventilation. There's a fireplace. They have like the little shaft where you can order drinks, and they'll be like lowered down to you. So they're a very nice place. So you guys go in. You see an array of soaps you can use and shampoos or just scents or anything you can think. Really, anything you can think of. You guys probably have never been in a place with as many options just for bathing.
Hawkins grabs a bar of soap and goes to work. Squish, squish, squish. Ah, yeah. I'll tell you, this hot water is, I love a good cold bath, but when it's hot, I'm cold-blooded and it's just good. You can really feel the heat. Oh boy, I needed this.
Are you talking to yourself? Is someone else in there?
Yeah,
with you?
he's. I think he's just like, I don't know if like the walls are thin or there's like gaps underneath or whatever. It's like, so he's just shouting at anyone that can hear. This is great. Ah, yes, water. It's hot too.
Interesting. That's none of you probably hear this unless he's yelling.
And he might be,
He's,
he'll like do a little bit some singing. Do some. I'm singing in the bath. I'm singing in the bath. It's really, really loud and obnoxious.
perfect. I love that. The rest of
That's my
you.
favorite.
What are those of you not taking a bath doing?
I want to. Is there like a library?
The room you were in earlier seemed mostly like the library, but some of these rooms you opened up have had small bookshelves. But you don't see anything that seems to be a main library. The room that they were in earlier seemed like a study room with most of the books.
Is there anywhere with inks that I can get like the spell copying shit from?
Oh, you'd have to probably ask for that. That's magical ink. You'd have to. I mean, Hawkins has some. I think he even offered it to you.
Are we
last
at
session,
the
maybe.
Private mansion, or are we at the one where everyone else
You're at the
is?
private one. You're not at the estate right now. You're at the private
Right.
mansion.
Are there like people around that I could ask for the ink?
Yeah. You see people. There's bells you can ring, and it's always super easy to get a servant to you.
I'm just gonna talk to them straight up.
Oh, kind of looks up at you. Hi.
Where's the ink? I need to copy spells.
We can get you ink easily. I don't know anything about magic though, but we can get you ink. We have some right down the hallway in the study.
I need magic ink
Mm,
to copy spells.
uh,
So cool at it.
I don't know if we have that.
Like
I
this.
guess I
point
can
at my
ask.
arm and there's like carved in spells into it. Like this.
I suppose I can go ask as I kind of run off. And a few minutes later they come back. We don't have magic ink here. None of us need that. She's like kind of like trying to be apologetic, but also is still a little confused. It seems. So I'm sorry, but none of us keep magic ink around here. Nor do we really know what that is.
Damn it! He just walks away.
I see. The rest of you. What's everyone else doing?
Besides baiting, I think just getting ready for dinner.
Yeah, just chillaxing, man.
I think like once there's like some time to breathe, Hawkins will tell the Wes,
Yeah.
sorry I was so heated earlier. You heard everything with Afonso. It's been hard.
Look, it ain't worthy of an apology, Hawkins. I get it.
Thanks. But with that, can I give you a piece of advice?
Let's hear it.
Never, ever, ever start a negotiation by saying, I don't want anything.
Oh, trust me, Hawkins. I got a plan for them too.
Even if you mean it. And you plan on starving?
Well, Hawkins, we ain't starving.
Yeah, tonight we're not. But what about when we're back on the road?
Don't you worry, Hawkins.
What about back when you're on the road? Who knows where you're gonna go? You need funds. If you don't got a place to stay, you can't afford food, water, even your own anything, rations even, you're gonna die before you can do any good.
With all due respect, Hawkins, I got a little bit of money on me that could get
How
me
many
through
days
a
worth of
couple
rations you
weeks.
got here? A couple
How-
weeks.
How long would 7 silver Hawkins last me?
Depends what you're buying. That's a decent amount for basic stuff.
Yeah, if I'm just buying food and stuff, I feel like that'd
Yeah,
last me a
decent amount
long
of time.
time.
Alright, now how about bullets?
Well, most people only need one, so I got, give or take 30 people. I'm sure I could find more bullets in that
And then
time.
the 31st person. You have to think about the future, mate.
Look, Hawkins, I know what I'm getting into. I wouldn't be surviving this long if I ain't.
You won't be surviving much longer if you keep working the way you are. And I mean that. You're being self-destructive. Can't do no good dead.
Well, not everyone can do good rich.
Someone like you could.
Then looks like we better find these Willow guys and get our paycheck.
I guess. I don't know when we'll be able to do something like that, though.
I assume now's the time you guys are gonna go take care of your
Yeah,
jackal problem.
We gotta go down there and deal with it. But I gotta talk to the Herbies nights before we go. They're gonna be asking for us. Or at least me and Kira.
You guys want help?
I don't think they'll welcome outsiders.
I
Government
mean,
business.
for the
You know how
jackal
it is.
problem.
Oh, right. I don't know. I guess now's a better time than anything. Is everyone here?
You guys.
Are the
We'll
people
say,
still bathing?
we'll say you guys can get together before you go, but Mo5 did just be a base amount of wait time.
Oh, yeah. Alright, I'll wait till.
But I would assume all of you guys. It won't be hard for you guys to meet up before like dinner or something.
Yeah.
Does anyone else do anything else in the meantime besides waiting for dinner?
I'm just doing like normal bathing and making myself all look nice.
Yeah, in your guys' rooms, you find nice like robes and like loose, silky clothing, so you don't have to wear your armor and your adventuring clothes. And they also had baskets for you to put them in if you wanted to be washed. But most of you guys can be in very pretty luxurious, just like relaxing clothing. Edgemore, yours is a little bit strange fitting, but it fits if you wanted to wear it.
Weston's a bird in like full silk pajamas.
Yeah.
It has full sleeves, one for your wings.
Yeah.
So you guys are nice and dressed up. Some people come in and offer you, sorry not to intrude at the knock. Would you like us to put makeup on you? And they offer each of you individually, like, things like, they have teams of people who'd come in and, basically give you haircuts or makeup or anything of the sort, if you wanted.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. As they run into you, as you say that, they run into grab your hair. Not to be rude, miss, but you've got to learn how to take care of yourself. You're very pretty, but your hair's all matted. When's the last time you brushed your hair? And your tongue's a little discolored.
Beauty art.
Your tongue's so long.
And you wear this.
It's...
Not to be rude, your style is very strange as they like unwrap this weird tongue from around you. The scarf is quirky, I suppose.
Just put that in the bag. I forgot I was wearing that.
I see. Well, I'm just saying. I personally like it. I like a woman who knows how to be a little out there. But I'm worried if you wear stuff like that and you don't detangle your hair and every now and then wear a dress, you may not find a good man. You're just gonna attract a bunch of drunkards. And as they like turn you in a chair from the mirror. Look at your face. You're beautiful. You could tell me you're married to the richest man in Cador, and I might believe you.
I
just start smiling. I don't know how to respond to that.
Can I insight Leah on how they're reacting to
Sure.
this shit? I want to be like, how the I know. What's everything of that?
Dude, I don't even know. I'm trying to think about what I fucking think. I mean, I feel like I have to get in character, so I guess it's
Do you
like
feel pretty? Do you like? Do you want to get gussied up?
Yeah. To what extent is?
I'm a little curious.
Yeah. To what extent is Damu now leaning into just literally being a woman? Because they've been transferred. You're technically not. You're technically a hag. But
yeah, but
you look like a woman.
Why wouldn't I lean into it? It'd be kind of bad,
Yeah.
a bad character. This is a very easy way to sell the character.
I'm trying to like if you want to, be
Just a little bit.
You kind of want it. It's like,
He's having fun, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
He's having fun.
yeah, you know they're right, Leah. You're such a beautiful
I give you a
girl.
death glare, and then I start glowing red. And
Another thing you notice is as they go and they say a bunch of slang that you don't understand, all you realize that Leah, being pretty smart, picks up on like the slang as you very quickly start understanding some of these things that you've never really paid attention to. Firstly, being a man, and also being devoted to your magical endeavors. But they offer you things, and they start talking to you about dress sizes. We could take you shopping if you wanted. I mean, I understand we've heard rumors that you're all a little pinched on funds, being adventurers and all, but I'm sure. Let me just say this: a woman wearing a dress, kicking ass. I don't know. Sounds kind of good. You see, she kind of looks at you and smiles.
Hawkins is getting a mani-pedi right now.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'll stick with pants for now, okay? So let's see what we can do with pants.
All right. Well, we'll put you in pajamas for now, but if you do want to go shopping, I'm sure we can find you something. And I do think women can look good in pants. Very business-esque, professional, if that's what you're doing for as an adventurer. You should wear glasses. You'd look good in glasses. What? I'm not trying to say
that librarian look.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say you have bad eyesight, but it gives you that kind of. You have the face of like a young but a little bit older woman. I don't know your age. I'm sorry if this is rude to you. But you kind of got that look of like, oh, you have a bit of like wisdom about you. And so when they look at you, they're like, that's like my boss or something. Not like some just cute girl. Basically what I'm saying, you don't got the fairy look, you got the sophisticated look.
You're a boss babe.
Huh?
A boss baby?
You're a
This
boss
girl's
babe.
is getting too excited here.
Oh, you're a boss babe.
Jamal, they try to come
always
up
like
to
to-
you. Go ahead. So,
He's like, telling this guy, yeah, just sharpen the claws. Get the figures down there too. Just get more clean them up, keep them nice and sharp. You know, you
hold
gotta be
on,
useful
time
for the
out,
future.
time.
You
Oh,
know.
stop talking. Open your mouth.
You know how it is.
You see, he pulls out this toothbrush and starts brushing your teeth.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, stop. Stay still. As he's doing this, Edgemore, a woman comes up to you. I don't really know how to help you, but I could try if you want
What?
to. Make you more beautiful. Maybe we could like put some flowers on you.
Prune him.
What did you say?
Prune him.
Why the fuck would
We
you say
could
that
cut.
out loud?
You see, she like kind of grabs some of the roots on your chin like a beard. We could kind of trim some of this.
No. That would hurt.
Oh,
Prune him.
I see.
Give him some flowers.
You see, as this one's trying to mess around and figure out how to even help you if you're interested, the other one turns towards you, Kira. Hey, so I can tell you're more of a how'd you put it? Not want to be in the limelight kind of gal, but as my friend over there is saying to the other girl at the party, she could be very beautiful. I think you got it too. Your face is very nice, but you're hiding everything. You're not working with anything. If you're interested, we can try and help.
Wait, did this random guy? Wait, who,
No, this
who
is a
this
woman.
guy?
This is a woman.
Okay.
There's like a beauty team in here, like giving people makeup and makeovers and outfitting. And
Okay.
currently, when you're doing back, you heard Leah getting the whole spill of everything.
Gotcha.
And he's offering. He's basically saying, "You can look very good, but we gotta. If you're interested, we could work with it. Remove some of this cloak you got going on. Probably brush up the hair, and you're hiding too much of your head and your face. Maybe
Don't
you'd be
touch
used to
me.
it as well." I see. Okay. He steps back. As Weston, one of them comes over with with like almost looks like a lamp, and they're like, "Oh, if you don't mind, we can blow out your feathers. This heat lamp."
Oh, I ain't had that done in a long time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Who the hell is this guy? Yeah.
Oh, well, you seem pretty insistent, so I suppose I don't mind.
All right, put your wing out.
I put my wing out. There's like a bunch of scratches and blemishes.
As you see from this lamp, he kind of opens the front of it, almost like a gated lamp. But when it opens, you see a light, and the light comes out. It's almost like a wind comes out with it too.
A
It's
blow
hot.
dryer.
Yeah, it's basically a blow dryer. Blows through all your feathers, and it feels very relaxing. It's not too hot, definitely not cold. As it just kind of goes around, and in some of these like little mirrors on the windows, you just see all your feathers like blowing up in different angles. You get all puffy, almost like a chocobo or something. And eventually, and after all this, they kind of just bring it to an end. And like, well, sure, it's about to be dinner time soon. I think we can leave you all to the rest of it, as everyone's who is interested is nice and pampered. The others finally gave up trying to convince Idramor and Kira to do work on them. And so everyone just kind of leaves. All of you are very nice and fancy. You can be wearing nice clothes if you want, or nice silky pajamas, have makeup. Or
Alright.
you feel very
Lovely.
refreshed. Hasn't been like this in forever.
Well, that was lovely. Wilkins, he leans down, very serious. His cheeks are blushy. They put some blush on him. They're nice and pink. All right. Now back to brass tacks. I was just talking to Wes about what we're going to do next, and I know you all heard I was mentioning about Bulk and how he doesn't quite trust the Kronos. And we've got an idea. We don't think he can get powerful or get as powerful as he's planning without any opposition. As much as we don't like Jekyll Eyes, sometimes he might need to get a win if it means people not getting too out of hand, if I'm making any sense.
Dude, if I didn't have context, I don't think I'd understand a damn thing you just said.
Am I making any sense, team?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna kill the defenders of Kadoi.
Wait, I missed something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, right, yeah, it's only really Leah and Kira is gonna have any idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, what the hell are you on about? Who's
They
the
work-
defenders of Kadoi?
They work for the big guy.
Which one?
Rich big guy.
The big guy about Mount Butrat.
I thought you wanted me to meet him.
I don't know. I do, and I don't. I kind of like him, but he's not what I care about. I don't care about his deal, his revelation, because I don't know him. I barely know him, but he enslaved us once, right? But the only person I trust there is Bulk. And if he believes that if Crony doesn't, if he becomes the big guy and becomes super powerful and he wins, he doesn't believe that my people is going to get out of it scot-free. We don't think he's going to let us self-govern or raise to our previous standard. And if that's true, then these two people, whoever's in charge of the government of Kadoi that's causing all this shit, and the person who's doing the rebellion on Mount Wutrad, they got to kill each other. And then, out of the rubble, we could come out and take care of our own. And to do that, I think we got to give the baddies a helping hand if it means dealing with the other baddies. Any questions?
I think
Sounds like business to me.
I think it's crazy,
I know it's
but
crazy. I know it's
I think
crazy.
we
Yes.
have to.
You guys don't have to do anything. You can turn around and leave. But we've been pawns this whole time. We've been used and abused. I'm not looking at you, Wes or Ig. You two are fine. But the rest of us, we've been used and abused, thrown around, tossed away. And we know we've given a little bit of slack. But I just want to fight. I want to bite the hand that's feeding me, to be honest. I want to play the field, and I want to make sure my people, and I'm sorry, that's not the people in front of me, my people, the lizards, get out. That's the final. You know, that's where it ends for me. And that's what I'm fighting for right now. So if you don't want to fight with that with me, I don't expect anyone. I can't make you. But I'm going to go there and I'm going to do it. Thoughts?
Still thinking.
I would love to hear what you have against 4. I know I'm putting a lot in your head right now. And I know yesterday I was speaking with Alfonso and I started blabbing. But truly, I can't trust either of them. All I trust are you lot. I don't trust Kronos. I don't trust Alfonso. I don't trust Jack Lyons or whoever's his bosses. I don't trust any of them. I'd rather they all deal with each other and then we're left out of it. I don't know if that
Then
is logical.
Well, I like that
Well,
idea. The ability to execute it is what I'm worried about.
If when they come here, they won't be expecting anything from us. We can get the jump on them, and Jack Lyons is going to be there. And when they die, I was given these stakes, which means that they can't be spoken to on the other side. They couldn't get any information out of them now that they're dead. So once they're dead, we jam these stakes in, and they're inert. You can't get any info out of them. No seances, no speaking with the dead.
what do you want, Hawkins?
I want justice for my people. I want to fight for something that's bigger than me. And I want to choose to do it and not be forced on it.
Then,
What do you want?
well, I want the fighting to stop. I want to bring back the Age of Peace.
How?
Doing what we do best, Hawkins.
By
Fighting.
fighting. Yeah. That's how we are.
I think the sooner we have Jackal Eyes off our back and such, is the sooner I can find some more cool shit. So that's what I'm down for.
If we do that, Jackal Eyes is going to be on our good side, at least for now.
That sounds kind of fun.
If he sees us somewhat ally in us, he isn't going to be
Why don't you
setting up
guys just-
bombs.
Why don't you guys just tell the one bad guys where the other bad guys are? Wouldn't this kind of expedite the whole thing?
They already know.
Do they?
Yeah, the government already knows that Mount Matrad is where Kronos is. That's information they've got.
Oh. Well.
But they've got a 4-pronged attack. They got to deal with fucking the rebellion by Petora and Ambrose. They got to deal with the people in the east. I forgot the name of the country, to be honest.
Even more there.
Ava border. They got to deal with Twilight Redemption, and they got to deal with their own internal factions, one for and one against slavery. That's a
Well, we
lot to deal
gotta-
with.
Well, it looks like we gotta take care of it, huh?
I see.
mean, I am
say
all
we
ears.
grab whatever side is, you know, the most advantageous.
Just so you guys are aware, because some of you were missing yesterday, right now he does have the offer of, if before you leave this town, you can side with Afonso and get the government support for the reformists, the ones who are against slavery and racism. You have Twilight Redemption you can go to. You have Bulk and Hawkins who's saying this here. So he does have a lot of options. Some of them you need to
Wait,
try to
sir,
miss your
who's
chance to
Mulk
choose.
again?
He's the right hand commander of Kronos, the Lizardman, the high commander of Twilight Redemption.
To be fair, both groups they don't like slavery, right?
Well,
Yeah, I said Afonso that they
The-
might that there's like some kind of overlapping with their beliefs, but they're also a rebellion.
Yeah.
Wait, so we can choose between pretty much Rebellion and Twilight Redemption. Those are the only
Well,
two options.
you could choose it on your own. I just trust in Bulk, but I mean you don't have to choose any of them. But what I'm saying is, if you guys leave Silfrin without talking to at least Afonso's the advisor of the Senate, Dantalia, you might miss this opportunity. So that's also something to consider.
Well, I
But
mean,
it's not a bad offer. You basically asked what the benefits are, and that's not a bad offer that he's offered, put on the table.
I'm just scared of Jackal Eyes. So if we got something in place that we're not gonna fucking piss like Jackal Eyes off, then I'm good with that.
I mean,
I
we've
d-
also talked
I-
about doing double agent work.
yeah,
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. You
but
guys-
that's scary.
I'm not really I don't think Weston's really inclined to be in contingency with any specific group. I don't think he would like that.
Does he care about the lizards though?
Does he care about lizards?
I've explained.
Death.
Well, yeah, but he'd rather work independently. Like he can work for the group, but not like work with the group, but not for the group.
Well, I'm never working for anybody. I'm just doing whatever seems the most advantageous. So what is Hawkins' particular plan? Sir, I'm struggling to piece all the
Well,
information
Hawkins'
together.
plan is to go to the
The rebellion.
go to where we're meeting Jackal Eyes, and where we've already set up a trap where the defenders of Godoy are gonna jump in.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
fuck 'em.
kill Jackal Eyes.
That sounds sick as fuck. We should do that.
But Hawkins is saying that we should, instead of killing Jackal Eyes with the defenders of Godoy, killing the defenders of Godoy with Jackal Eyes, and then staking them so they can't get any info out of them, to
What
weaken
does that
Twilight
give us?
Redemption.
Why would we want to do that?
Because Hawkins has been told by Bulk, which is the man who's in charge of Twilight Redemption, that Kronos can't be trusted with ultimate power. Basically, that he wouldn't. All they care about is right now is lizard folk race, and that Kronos isn't going to help them.
Okay. I mean, the thing is like, yeah, it's interesting because it seems like almost all sides have like a little bit similar goals.
That's true.
So it's kind of just weird that they are so adamant and blowing each other up.
Well, I mean, one is constrained by the laws of the government, and the other one has decided not to be.
Yeah, but they're still fighting for the same thing, so I feel like they would like attack each other the last. Like, why
I
would
mean,
they?
law is law.
I suppose, but I would rather,
so-
fight the people dying first. And
So
And the
Hawkins
things that
is basically the idea he's putting forward is we kill offenders, stake them, that goes free, and then we basically make it public knowledge to the to Twilight Redemption that we've sided with the government to be spies.
I feel like that's gonna go really fucking poorly.
The
Yeah, it's
dude.
great.
the thing
Pissing
is, I
off
think
Kronos just sounds like death.
I do think you're wise to have like an innate fear of Kronos from what you went through, but I think also it's getting to the point in the game where you have to set yourself in stone where you guys are independent from anyone, or you need to maybe start considering sides. Because I'm sure we've all starting to realize things are ramping up for how serious problems are, and
I think
it's going to become a thing here soon where let's say those what else that came after Kira, they might send an army, but if you guys don't have an army to help defend yourself, you're fucked. How are you going to fight 500 what else? So there's going to come to a point where you need to have more forces than what you have now. You need a side. You need someone to back you, or you need to start building your own. If you want to face all this stuff.
If we were, I guess, damn it, I wish I had a way of contacting a bot, because it would be a fun idea to just we side with the government and like be like the Afonso's guy, and like do be his whole like public heroes and making the other races seem great.
You always try and call them back, by the way. I mean, they haven't called you back, but
Yeah, but I guess I'll probably call them after this conversation, or like before we wait, but before the end of the day. But I don't think Bulk would be there, would he?
he might.
Probably be
He
the
might have got
bad
back
guy.
already. He told you he
Oh,
was
maybe.
already pushing his buttons being gone for so long, so he probably rushed.
Worth a try. It might. It would probably make sense, since who else would they give the stone to other than Bulk, who's already got a connection with us? But yeah, it would be a fun idea, like if with Hawkins' own goals to help Bulk with Twilight Redemption, Hawkins with the government, and just doing their own thing while that happens. I don't know.
There's a bunch of sides. I'm not saying to decide right at this moment, but yeah, you guys definitely should start thinking about
We
what
have to-
side you want to lean towards.
We have to decide before we leave
Or
the city,
none.
at least.
You could choose none. You guys could choose to keep being independent, but
But
me as
then
a-
we just get thrown around.
yeah, me as a DM, I'm warning you. Basically, the same situation of you guys being like, "What the fuck? These strong people keep ordering us around." That might continue because you have no one to back. I mean, you have Twilight Redemption kind of right now, but you guys don't have your own power. You don't have forces
The
that
Twilight
are.
Redemption
right
doesn't
behind you.
really ever feel like they're on your side. You know?
No,
They're just kind
That's
of
what I'm saying. Is you
there.
need to
I mean, I think the character that has the most reason to hate Twilight Redemption would be Leah, right? Just because
maybe.
they kidnapped you for what you were aware of as no reason.
Also,
enslaved
took my
you.
fucking tear of Nalanta. That shit
Took
was
you to
Yeah, took your
tears.
eye.
Like, you kind of only been a victim by them. Like, we kind of had it coming because we attacked them, but you just got kidnapped.
Yeah, honestly, that's a good point. Let's fuck those hoes.
Yeah,
That's what
feel
I
free to talk as much as you want in character, out character about it. But that's
Yeah,
my
that's-
stance
yeah.
as a DM is the game is becoming more political. Where, as you said, there's like 4 or 5 different sides that are all opposed in some way. Some of them you haven't really met yet. You could choose a side with them if you wanted to, but I doubt you want to side with the traditionalists who are for slavery in Kerdoi.
Yeah.
But basically, it's turning into war. It's turned into a mass scale war between people who have a bunch of people supporting them. And as Kronos said, whenever he set you guys free, you guys are free to go. But don't complain whenever you realize you have no power out there without us. Whenever he offered you to join them. That's becoming a
Yeah.
reality.
I guess at this point, Hawkins will call Twilight Redemption and hope there's some kind of news.
You
Yeah.
can also hear.
Actually,
sorry.
what?
Go on.
If there's any info with Twilight Redemption right now, what's it give?
I think Francis is doing all right.
Probably dead.
Vring, 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 vring. You see her pick up, and you hear a hello. How can I help you?
What voice am I hearing?
One you know very well, one that makes you wish for servitude and surrenderment in a way. One that you've only
That
known as
Bronos?
cruel to you.
Francis
that?
too.
The
Do you
big
see
man
that in a
himself.
name?
The one you call Your Majesty, the one known as Kronos the Shamed.
Your Majesty,
Yes.
we,
What is it you need, Hawkins?
we've come to figure out what happened with our boy. What happened? Is everything okay?
With Francis.
Yeah.
That you see on the screen, almost unlike the other ones you see on the screen, it's almost like he kind of feels like he comes out of the screen somewhat. As almost like a hologram starts playing in front of you. Francis. He kind of like bites part of his lip. Is not inside the bastion. I think he's alive, but we don't know where he's been taken.
I see.
However, it was taken by that one you call Sothis, the Everborn. You have friends in these marshes, do you not?
Yes, the frog people.
No, when you come back through, perhaps they know something. At worst, we find Francis dead. Be prepared to relocate them. Perhaps to the mountain. No, that wouldn't work. We may have to abandon the mountain.
I mean, as you're aware, the government seems to are aware of the mountain being your redemption's place.
That's not it. They can come for me if they want. That'd be fun. It'd be better for us. Unfortunately, what I've been trying to save for the government's army is, well, if Francis is dead, though you may see him as not very important, I'm sure you understand how much I value my people, and I'll always get revenge and offer them their last words. If someone such as Sothis thinks he can take that from me, take those I love about from my own home, and get away with it, he's wrong. I believe he isn't one for friends, but he really loves this marsh of his, doesn't he? Do you think that's true, Hawkins? All of you.
Oh, definitely.
Good. He takes away one of my family members. I will take away everything he loves. We will turn the marsh into nothing. We will erupt Mount Matrod if we must, and turn what he loves to stone, well, to nothing really. Into a river of lava, magma, death. Well, let him sit there and burn 1,000 times over. He never dies, does he? Well, hope he enjoys waking up in a field of lava over and over and over.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that this happened because of us. We tried to do the right thing, but he got away from us.
Well, we underestimated that he would manage to pull something. He turns out to be a little more cunning than we expected, taking all that life force. He's not really a threat to us as an organization yet. But he really knows how to push buttons.
True. Well, I
What
guess
does he
this might
need?
be
Go
the
ahead.
perfect. It's good that you're here because we've been on our way to Sulfurin. We happened to run into some people, and we were trying to ask Afonso, that guy. He happened to be on the same boat. Can you believe
You see
it?
he frowns.
Yeah,
Instantly
I
he
know.
frowns.
Yeah, we happen to be on the same boat. What are the odds? And we've been talking about ourselves, and I'm wondering, we're still trusted by the government of Kadoi. You know, we had blossom badges at some point, at least me and Kira did. We could go back and be like spies
Uh, is this how truth? I mean, you're not a spy, so is this
I think he's
persuasion,
saying.
or is this
I
trying to
think
be more of a...
he's. I think it would be persuasion because he is being completely honest. Like
Yeah, he would
we could be
spy.
spies because whether it happens in the future, he is going to give Twilight Redemption information on the government because he wants the government to be destroyed by them as well.
Yeah, roll a persuasion.
Fuck, never mind.
Pretty good.
I will use this 8 if you think it's something I need.
He probably shouldn't use it here. I don't think it would change too much regardless.
All right.
Huh. Alfonso, is it?
Yeah.
Do you all trust him? His hologram turns and looks at all 5 of you. Do you trust the voice of Kradoy?
Not as much as I could throw him. But I do believe he, at least somewhat, has pure intentions.
It's hard to trust someone from Kadoy for sure. Not especially the voice.
From Kradoy,
Kadoy.
huh?
Like it or not, he's one of the government, right? He's got to do what they say.
He starts laughing somewhat. First time you've ever heard him laugh, I believe. Are you prepared for the consequences? What working with a man like that may bring you?
I mean, personally, I'm prepared for the consequences to work with you.
Do you think I'm bad?
I think everyone's bad.
Who do you think's worse, me or Alfonso?
Honestly, I don't know enough about him. From what I know of you, all of it's pretty bad. Some of it's pretty good. But I know nothing about him. All I know about him is what he wants us to see. From what he wants us to see, I think he's pretty good. I don't know what he doesn't want us to see.
He kind of taps his chin with his metal gauntlet. You're on to it, I suppose. I can give you that. The problem with a man like that, compared to me, is that you'll never see his bad side. You'll only see the things that you think are good. Until it's too late. Do as you please. It's your life, as I said. You're on vacation after all. I'm not to
Doesn't
stop
feel
you.
like it.
It's up to the individual to make a vacation vacation-y. He doesn't say that shit. That's so dumb.
He says that. That's canon.
Is there anything else you need, Hawkins? We are currently very busy. You haven't been back for a while, but... Well, I suppose Francis would
This
have
guy-
informed you. However, I
This
don't
guy
think he
always
did.
been so nice.
No, that's... I'll say Weston wouldn't know, but for the rest of you, nicest thing he did was let you guys go on vacation, but he is being very... it feels almost like he's like a parent right now. Like he's so smug about this. Almost makes you feel like he's a parent saying, "Yeah, go ride your bike off into that ditch and see what happens."
Like this is so like low for him, like it's inconsequential.
No,
what-
it's
if we
not
get any
low.
information.
It's like he's basically telling you to do that and
around and
find
find
out the
out.
problem yourself. Yeah, fuck around and find out yourself. That's kind of what it feels like. Like a dad saying, like, "Oh, you really want to do that? Sure, go ahead and do it. See what happens." That's kind of what it feels like. That's why his nicety feels like he is being more so. He clearly doesn't think this is a good idea from what he's saying, and he clearly seems to not trust Alfonso in the slightest, and maybe he knows more than you do, as he usually seems to. But it basically seems like he's telling you to do whatever you want, but he's warned you that that man is one you'll only ever see the bad side when it's too late for you, and you have nowhere else to go. So he's giving you permission to do what you wish, but he's also warning you at the same time, in a very roundabout way.
All right. I guess we'll talk about it among ourselves and come to a decision.
Yes.
Is there anything else we should do?
Last thing you should know is if you tell him things about Twilight Redemption, things that really matter. I suspect there will come a day when you realize you betrayed the only thing you can trust, even if you don't realize it now. So keep that in mind. You may not like us for what we've done, but deep down in the future, you're going to realize you couldn't see it, but I'm the best thing to ever happen to you.
Yes, Daddy. Okay, I think right now I'm like, he fucking knows. He fucking knows. Can I insight him? He fucking
Yeah,
knows.
you can inside him.
He fucking knows. He fucking knows.
All of you would realize.
Can I insight that too?
Yeah, you can insight. Hodgins with the sits, you can think whatever you want.
Fuck, he knows.
What's actually you trying to understand here? If he knows that you guys are going to like double spy?
Yeah, does he know that, like, is he on to the fact that that Hawkins kind of said out loud that our plans is to get the Warriors, the defenders of Kadoy, killed?
Oh, well, with that, with the citizen, you don't think that. You think it's maybe more like he is. He might know, but you think it's more related to. This isn't related really to the defenders, and more related to working with Afonso and spying for them. And he's basically hinting at if he also spies on Twilight Redemption to Afonso. That's what he seems to be hinting at. But with Citizen, you can't tell if he seriously knows anything. He might be bluffing to scare you. But who knows if Kronos is a bluffer? But no, you don't get a sense of anything about the defenders of Kadoy from this. He frowns. He doesn't smile at you. He just kind of frowns at all of you. Well, I see you made new friends once again, haven't you?
You know how the work is here. People come, people go, people die, people live.
When he looks at Indramore, and he pauses for a moment. Another one. Huh. You really know how to pick him, don't you?
Yes, Ig, he's a proper one. He's a good guy. This is Wes. I've known him for a long time.
He turns and looks. You see he doesn't really show any expression. He just kind of nods. This is the one
I nod back.
Lomi mentioned.
Yeah.
Do a Weston, do an investigation. No. Do an investigation for me.
Ooh.
You just see he kind of blankly stares at you. You feel almost like he's looking through you in some ways. But you can see even more so he's within his eyes. You can see he's looking at you a lot, like he's calculating everything about you. But that's about it.
Yeah, I feel like most of the characters I've played in the past would feel very uneasy, but I feel like Weston is so seasoned to different people and like these very harsh glares that I feel like he'd be very stone cold. He's not very phased.
When he looks at you, all he says is, "You're doing a good job." Anything else, Hawkins? Turns back towards Hawkins.
Who will we be answering to during Regis's time away?
Take a guess.
You?
No, that'd be
Oh,
too nice.
that would be. Yeah.
I think multitude would be fun.
Oh, come on, please.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Please.
Don't bed, Hottens. That's not how you treat your majesty. That's my decree. That's what it would be.
Oh.
You've been given freedom on this vacation. Obviously, you've been talking to Afonso and doing all sorts of things. Francis wasn't strict enough. With someone like Multitude, well, they'll either make or break you.
Okay. Is Bulk in the castle yet? Has he returned?
He, looks at you. How'd you know he was gone?
He was away when we left, wasn't he?
That's grand. He's back. He'd returned from then as well. However, he'd went out a couple times. He left
Oh, right.
recently, and he is back once again. Do you need him for something?
I guess he wouldn't be in charge of us.
Alomi is currently busy. However, he, or perhaps if he passed down to Multitude, will give you information on the whereabouts of the defenders Dr. Doi and their progress on getting towards Joster Gate.
Great, I'm sure they know the exact date, right? And time.
Yes, they should be there before you, I suppose. They're closer
Perfect.
after all.
Well, shall we, goodbye, Your Majesty.
After you finish your business in Jostin before you leave, be sure to call back. That's when your business and your mission shall start again.
Of course.
Perhaps it will coincide with whatever you and Afonso decide to plot up.
Pull up. Yes, sir. Bye. I press the button.
As you hit the button, it doesn't go off, and he looks at you. Goodbye. He looks at all of you. Goodbye, what?
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
He looks to you, Leah.
Oh, Your Majesty. I get on my knees.
He doesn't ask it from the other two, but then you see he hits a button on his side, and it goes off.
I'm glad he didn't ask me. I was about to say some real shit. I was gonna say, you're not my majesty.
You're about to blow up instantly and die. Bad idea.
Oh, gosh. Well, that's His Majesty Kronos.
Yeah,
If
Edgemore,
she
you
knows.
Yeah, Edgemore, you and Weston met him for the first time now. Through screen, I guess.
He said I was doing a good job.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I don't know
Been
what that
really
means
confusing.
either.
Well, I
Oh
don't-
my god, Kronos is Rihdar. He's not dead.
Not my majesty.
Not
He is
my radar.
majesty.
I was told I'd be contacted before the mission anyway. So if things change, we'll see. Let's get something to eat.
So it looks like the plan is we meet
Well,
with this
it's like
Alfonso
just
guy.
puts his yeah. We'll talk to him in the morning, and we'll see how we decide from there. And he's like, Wilkins like puts his finger up a little bit, like yeah.
Why are you making that sound like that one guy that was trying to do my wings?
I kind of like it. It's like it's got a rhythm to it.
Yeah. Ah, I see.
Oh damn, there's
Yeah.
people here.
As you step inside, taking seats before you sit down, there's a bunch of... you
Ah,
see the little ones are revealing themselves.
Mushroom.
As you see, all the little ones are already in here. They'd been brought in here earlier. Some of them probably came in here with you, though. Bunch of seats, though. Oh, hello, everyone. Please, have a seat. As you see, Alice kind of waves to you. Hi. Oh, hi. Hawkins?
hello.
I think that's your name.
Sorry, this is the only empty seat.
that's
my
all right.
lady.
We didn't sit at the ends of the table, so we could all kind of talk to everyone. We didn't want to be so far away. So it's
Jackal
fine.
even has a chair.
Yeah, you see the Baron actually has a bib. You don't know if he did that or if Baron someone put the bib on the Baron. He has a bib on, and he's also wearing like a. Well, he's not really wearing anything. He's just wearing the bib, and he has silverware in front of him. Like he somehow knows how to use it.
I
Yeah, he
just
probably can.
picture like all of our like exotic pets basically to be sitting in like kid high chairs.
As you all sit down, Oliver kind of looks to you all. Like he doesn't kind of. He does look to all you all. The food shall be out soon, whatever you requested. I hope you don't mind talking briefly, or anything of the sort. We've been talking to her. He
Oof.
looks over to Miss Badger here. Not Miss Badger. Miss Mundell here was telling me kind of about her situation and how she dearly misses her husband and how great he is. He sounds like a very good man, just going through some hard times. She and I have been talking for a while, and we've come to learn that she's actually not a beast folk. I assume all of you knew that. That's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
I've offered them to, as they suspect they're in Silfrin, I've offered them to stake around, and she may be staying. Miss Mundell kind of nods. Yeah, figured we might stay here since Mundell's probably in Silfrin, and, well, no offense to all of you guys, but traveling's been very dangerous for myself and the kids. Nearly died to Nero last night. Wasn't very fun.
I was thinking the same thing.
You see Vana kind of nods forward. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like the little badgers too. They're funny. See, they're just dancing around in their chairs. Go ahead, Weston.
I'm gonna whisper towards Leah. Did you know she wasn't no beast folk?
Well, yeah. I thought that was.
Weston, I think you should have known this
What?
best.
What is she?
Wait, do I know this information? Because I'm pretty sure I thought I knew this.
Oh yeah, she
Wait,
said
does
that
he
she
know
was.
this?
She said she was just a badger, and she was turned into
Oh,
Because
I
she
remember
turned-
now. I
Yeah,
remember
Weston
now.
would know
Because
best.
she
what-
had the dream.
For some,
right?
well, whenever
No,
you
no,
said
no, no.
beast folk, I was like, wait a minute, she's not a badger. But then it makes
She's a
more sense.
She's not a real beast folk.
Yeah,
She's
she
kind of like
is a
Domino's a
badger.
turtle.
That's why
She's
they're not a beast.
she's a
folk.
beast, not a beast folk.
Yeah. She was turned by
Literal badger.
Sakuda using unstable magic into
Yeah.
these
Hey,
giants.
Jamor, can we switch places? I can't see anything past you.
You paid
Here,
the seat
you-
before I did.
I know. I know. I'm sorry. Can we switch?
Leia, you can switch with me if you want.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, you don't need to see anything anyway.
I wanted the corner seat anyway.
Yeah. Now I get a fit
Interesting.
next to this guy. Oh no.
Oh, you look very beautiful now, miss. I'm glad you got pampered up. It seems you took full advantage of the hospitality.
Yeah. Haven't experienced that before. It was fun.
Glad you think so. The food shall be out soon. We can start with some drinks. As you see, some people come out. Some waitresses dressed a little bit. They're dressed pretty similar to people on the deck that come around asking for drink preferences. Get your drinks, and they start bringing them out to you and see if things to sip on. As Alice kind of speeds out, I thank you all very much for taking care of my Vanna. We offered the other people, we didn't offer you all, but if you're interested, we wouldn't mind. Actually, we'd be rather pleased to potentially hire you on as full-time employees of the Ambreos. It could be a nice, stable life for you. You wouldn't have to worry about traveling around and worrying about where your next meal or who you may have to fight all the time would be. You'd stay here in Silfrin, have your own ground house, a good pay. Not too much work either. I'm sure Vanna wouldn't mind having you all around still too. So that's an offer for you if you'd like.
Which one of us is retiring?
You wouldn't have to retire. If all of you agreed to this, the game would just change, I think. It would just be a different, like, kind of vibe.
Oh, dude, I really.
It's
I
really
wish I could
good.
play 2 characters at
It,
once.
it really is a good offer, though, for, like, anyone. It's
Oh.
a phenomenal offer, like, normal-wise. And
thing is,
arguably...
like Leah's almost kind of like thinking about it in the future, just because like it's just a lot of like easy resources, so that like when I want to like go fucking try to find shit, I'm like, it just makes it easier for me that there's less shit in the way. But Jackal has to be dealt with first, unfortunately, or at least have him on our side or
That's
something.
true. Actually, let's around for all your answers. Do you want to speak up? Or do you all
Okay.
stay silent on it?
I guess Hawkins could speak.
They don't have to.
I
It's
guess
about all
Hawkins
of you.
waits for like if there's a, if anyone doesn't pipe up. Well, for me personally, yeah, it's a lovely offer, but I have a private engagement.
That seems common for adventurers like you.
That's the work.
That is indeed the work, unfortunately.
I mean, if the stars align in the future, I wouldn't mind coming back if once things are dealt with.
Well, if you decide that, assuming it's not too far from now, and we're all on the same page, and you decide your adventure in life is getting tiresome, anyone that escaped from it, you can come here. I can't promise you won't still have things to do. We are unfortunately in a very stifling time with opposition. So there would be plenty of things for you to do here. Speaking of which, I know you all leave in the morning, but we did mention we don't live close to the cathedral, and we're not super religious. However, we are religious to some extent. Oliver isn't as religious as I am, but Vana and I usually go to the Sunday church at the cathedral for the Church of the Reins. It seems you have business there, but perhaps you would all be interested in joining us for the ceremony.
Is that tomorrow?
It'll be tomorrow. Well, there's different days. Tomorrow is one. But they have different days they hold ceremony. Really, every day you can go, but tomorrow there will be, I believe the High Bishop will actually be speaking.
Oh. I don't see any problem with it. What do you guys think before we head out? We'll be going past anyway.
Huh? I mean, it's not too long of a detour. Why not?
Oh, perfect. We'll be
It's on
happy
the
to
way.
dress you up as well. Oh, yeah, you said you were going there, so it should be in the same place.
Yeah.
I do think everyone needs to hear from the High Bishop once in a while, or once. I don't know if any of you are religious. If you are, I do assume, based on most of your races, that you probably lean more towards the triumphant than the Reins, but maybe, well, we won't try and push anything on you, but maybe you'll find something of value if you listen in.
I'm getting flashbacks.
That's a lovely offer, thank you.
Otherwise, I guess that's really it. We don't have much more to speak on. Oliver kind of raises the cup as some of your drinks have been brought out. He's taking a sip, he raises it. I suppose I should ask. It seems you're not interested in employment. I don't know how much of a timely manner that is. Maybe you'll be free in a few months or something, but things are ramping up in the political strife. If you do have any interest, would happily pay you well to help us. I fear that maybe the ones who took Lovana were people from our opposing faction. So if the time comes soon where you are out of work, would happily pay you generously to, at the very least, not work for us, but to be personal guards, or one of you, to be a personal guard for Vana, or us. The war is getting worse. The traditionalists are getting worse too. I suspect they're the ones who kidnapped her.
Looks at the bird.
As he says that, he looks over and verifies with all of you. I suppose I should verify. I'm working on the assumption that none of you are traditionalist. I assume, which I suppose this might be prejudice of me myself, based on the majority of you and who you're traveling with, that you don't quite value slavery or the racism of this nation. If I'm wrong, I will not speak on it anymore.
Agreed.
I see.
I prefer not. You know.
Disgusting word.
Not racism.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix all that personally.
Plot twist: he's racist.
I see.
Oh.
Well, as your friend mentioned, that is, even though we're on the same page, it is, food will be here soon, it's a talk for a different time. Unless you're interested in such things. But it seems, thankfully, we align pretty closely on our views. I suppose I kind of asked for much better people to bring back our daughter. And as he says that, you hear the door open. And here,
Live vegetables.
you hear, as
This is fucking crazy.
some people bring in, you see like these plants walking around. Here, you instantly recognize these are living mandrakes, like tiny mandrakes that are walking around, and they're screaming constantly. And they drop the mandrakes in front of the three of you. Ask for the living plants. Then you see they bring in a wheelbarrow full of dirt, Idramore, and put behind you, and you see someone comes in behind with a shovel with like steaming hot cow poop and puts on top of it for you.
Let's go.
That's
Leah,
fucking
you and
wild. I wanna eat
Hawkins.
my food now.
Yeah, they hand you normal veggies, Weston. And then Hawkins, you and Leah get another mandrake that just is screaming. And then you see they bring in 2 living cows. Your fresh meat. I do not know how you plan to butcher it, but
These guys rock.
I feel like I got lost in translation, but this is great.
What the fuck?
You have
I'm
2
very
living
glad that
cows.
I clarified as cooked because
No,
I
you
did
didn't.
say
I don't think you
that. I
did.
did
He,
say that.
definitely
I said,
did.
You did? Oh,
I
didn't
said
notice.
cooked. I said
It was-
preferably cooked.
Yeah, it was Kira and Hawkins who mentioned living veggies.
I also
my
said
God,
living vegetables though. I
veggies.
did want those. I just
I
didn't
didn't
want
want
the
those
cow.
to cow. Well, you have a living cow. Then you have then yeah, they bring you like a fresh hind leg of a cow, Leah. And there's just a bunch of screaming. When you
Sweet.
looked at the when you looked at everyone else, they got like pretty normal stuff. They got like pretty normal stuff. Drinks. Instantly, you see Tiny Plant try to cross the table towards you, where your mandrake is screaming, Leah. What's that?
I'm just gonna pick it up. Squeeze it. No. Dude, I'm just curious. Okay, so what do I know about these things? What do I know about
nature check.
mandrakes? Yay! I don't think I'm good at that, but I'm gonna try. Oh, it's intelligence. I'm fine. Okay, it's kind of bad.
Or not. You realize mandrakes are like a magical creature. That often are like cursed creatures that form in farms. They
these
scream.
terms.
They attack things. They can use it as magical ingredients. You've heard of them being eaten before. Usually they're cooked though, not raw.
How would I take this? Like, are they seen to like me as like civilized? Like
No, they're not like
people
intelligent. They're
that you
kind of
don't
like
eat?
they're kind of like imagine kind of like a Pikmin who is just running around screaming. And they don't seem very civilized. They seem mostly kind of,
Like eating
They're
a
living.
Pokemon.
but they're
Because like I
they're-
imagine back in the good old days, back in my day, like people still like ate animals and farmed
Mm.
and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was only 600 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Back in my day,
Uh,
getting too old for this shit.
So yeah, you get those. I don't know how you handle them, but it's up to you to figure out. But Tiny Plant
probably
is
just gonna
super
snap it.
interested in this mandrake in front of you. She's like looking at it. Huh?
Okay, I'm gonna like
I'm gonna.
hand it over, and I'm gonna say, just like take a look, and then give it back, cause I'm gonna eat it.
You
I want to
see,
whisper to the mandrake, and I want to tell
Sure.
it,
If they try to take a bite out of you, bite them back.
as you whisper, you say, ah! And you see Tiny Plant kind of touches it to try and calm it down, and it finally stops screaming. And then as she does it, you see like part of it. As she touches it, you see part of Tiny Plant's body change, and like her mouth gets really wide, and then she just screams
I
like a
fucking.
mandrake. You realize she's picked
Okay.
up the mandrake scream all of a sudden as it.
Oh,
That's so
does
fucked
feel-
up. That's fucked up. I'm putting my. What do I do without looking
She-
evil?
As she does that, you see she quickly covers her mouth, realizing everyone's looking at her. She's super loud, and she bats away embarrassed. But you see out of nowhere, she's taken on some of the traits of a mandrake by touching it.
Okay, I'm just gonna snap the mandarin. here.
As she steps away, she hears a crack behind her and turns to see her friend dead. Yeah, you guys have all your food, nice and
You hear a muffled in Hawkins' stomach.
He's.
You ate it whole.
Oh god.
You freak.
he did it.
Kira, what are you doing with this mandrake?
Do these mandrakes have any other like special properties that I know?
I could be using potions maybe if you're brewing stuff. But
Okay, I'm just gonna pull out my dagger and just stab it.
I see. It shuts up. Finally, it's kind of quiet in here. Then you hear a side talking.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I was expecting a flake. I'll be right a minute. I'm gonna lead the car outside. Sorry, I don't want to do this in polite company.
Where's he going? Oh
You
no,
don't
baby.
know.
I think he's going to feed the cow.
Dude, why the fuck would they bring him a cow, dude? That's
'Cause they're
like,
rich
that's
as
Yeah,
fuck.
for
crazy,
it.
bro. Yeah, but I feel like they just weren't reading the room.
These guards are watching you bring this cow out here. What are you doing, Hawkins?
Hawkins is gonna kill the cow.
You're not killing the cow.
You're gonna
I
ruin
don't
their
know
lawn.
What else do I do with the cow?
You tell that's not what you meant. And give the cow back.
Oh right, that's probably a good idea.
That's like the more like logical answer.
Oh,
Than,
yeah.
Guess I gotta slaughter and
I
eat it.
don't know what else to do. I gotta slaughter the cow outside. Alright, go to this guy. Hey, would you find
Hmm.
I think I was too vague on my meal decision, and they gave me an entire.
Oh, you need to
entire
kill
cow.
it? Just go in here. He opens the door to
Oh.
the kitchen.
Thank you. I go in. I just, what the hell
inside-
is wrong with these people?
Inside, you see in the far distance, a lady is over there working. She looks over. Hi. Hi.
I
How can I help you?
I didn't. I thought it would be sliced into meat. I wasn't expect. I thought I said fresh. I'm very sorry. This is very embarrassing.
Hmm.
Can I return this?
Can I return?
Do I have to keep it now?
Did you take a bite of it yet?
No, I haven't touched it.
Does it taste bad? Huh? No, that's pretty bad. It's too raw.
Did you just take a bite out of the cow?
She like nibbled on it. She didn't bite it.
Oh, what?
Mado mentioned it. It's a
Hmm?
living animal. Of course, it's going to be raw.
So isn't living technically fresh? Not raw?
I mean, yeah.
Bro, do these
Am I
kids have
crazy?
autism?
Am I crazy right now?
Maybe you should check your drink, idiot. Alright, I hear you. What do you want? We have fish, we have meat, we have it cooked, we have it raw. You obviously don't
I'm
want
gonna
that
just
fresh.
get-
We have bread.
I'm gonna just get. If I just leave this cow and I don't have this fish here right here. I'll just take this fish.
Okay.
It's like flapping he like lobs the fish over his shoulder.
Alright, come over
He
here,
goes-
Beatrice. Time to cook, yeah?
Oh my god, they
You just
did
hear,
it.
"Mwah."
You step out and you go back inside.
Hawkins like in a big old fish over his shoulder.
You see Oliver kind of speaks up. Ah, I see you found the pond, huh?
I was in the kitchen.
Oh.
These people think I'm just completely feral.
Well, you gotta think the ones who's told them about you is Fauna, who's fucking thinks you're insane.
Oh right.
Gave you a whole ass cow, dude. That's crazy.
So, thank you guys for bringing me home safe. I, hope you enjoy real food.
Join it.
I like this fish. That mandrake is still screaming.
So, this is a weird question, but... do you guys want to start a gang with me?
Like spits fish scales and just.
Here, just
What?
pauses for a second. Like what?
I'm thinking we call it the Vanna and her friends. We go around, we beat people up.
I'd look over at the father. Who?
He looks towards you. Just young girls having fun, I suppose. She got the first taste of adventure.
Yeah, we can beat some people up.
He kind of speaks a little bit loud, and he says, weirdly enough, Fauna doesn't seem too worried about having been kidnapped. She's very calm about it, and she's really wants to go back out. Honestly, I'm surprised she's so strong. I assumed a girl like her would have more anxiety about leaving home after that. It's almost like, Dad, I told you, it was the guy in my dreams. He helped me get over it. No, whatever she's talking about.
Have you ever heard of the Dream Walker? Just whisper in his ear.
No, what is this? Like is that like a stripper?
No. I wish.
What is this family?
Dude, I think they all have severe autism. But anyway,
They're crazy.
Yeah. He's just a little. He's kind of like a. Is he like a demon? I don't know. He's some sort of like creature thing, but he's been
The devil.
Yeah, devil. He's been kind of plaguing the land lately, and he pops up in people's dreams, and you can ask him to remove a dream, and or a nightmare. So Fauna asked to be relieved of their anxiety, so now it is gone permanently. So their fear of being
do a
lost.
persuasion, please. You're like,
What do you mean persuasion? I'm telling the truth.
You're telling the truth, but you're like super like math. You're like super like scientific about it, like giving all the direct facts, and it's kind of.
That's because it's fun.
He probably doesn't.
It's fun and interesting and cool.
Oh yeah. It's not a hard check. You might think you're.
Yeah, well, I got
crazy.
0 wisdom, motherfucker.
Oh no, that's easy. He looks at you. Hey, that's what they've been talking about. That Somnium head stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I've talked to him like twice. I don't know. He seems to like us.
He said my daughter made a deal with them.
Yeah. So
He stops talking. Vanna, I'll be going with you all to the cathedral tomorrow. We're going to get you rebaptized. What? Why? Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I believe if we get you rebaptized, it'll keep the demons away from you.
If it didn't work the first time, why would it work now?
well, I mean, you can't cleanse something that hasn't happened yet.
The High Bishop, I'm sure, will be able to help you. Vanna's like, she seems just mostly confused. Okay. So, Oliver kind of looks around. Any of you interested in, dog racing?
I mean, sounds fun.
Well,
Are they
you said you're leaving tomorrow. If you ever come back to town, we can take you, to the dog races, perhaps. Do some betting.
Gambling. I'm fine with that. I think I would probably. Is dog racing very common amongst wealthy people?
It's just one of the
Or is it
various.
just
They
here?
like horse races. Dogs are just one of them. There's various
Okay.
things, but dog racing is a thing like that.
I feel like to to my past, I would probably have some interest in that. I just look intrigued. I don't say anything.
I heard that you're technically from a noble house yourself, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I don't think we ever solidified which noble house, but I'm from one of them.
It's from your last name, House Vinhelm or Vinhelm.
Yeah.
Vinhelm?
I forgot that I can just like fucking, you know, make lore with my willpower. I think that's cool.
They're a real house. They're a noble house. They're not just this is a wealthy family. These aren't nobles. These are just wealthy families.
Oh, so
But
I'm like
they're an
cooler
actual
than these
noble house.
bitches.
There's a lot of tension between the nobles and wealthy families. So
I like the idea that my do you know what political standing my household has?
I have no idea. That's something you're talking about. That guy.
I would assume that they're racist.
That could be. That's what you want.
I think that'd be epic. Yeah.
Yeah, then they're probably very different than this family I'm talking to right now. They're probably some of the traditionalists that they were just
probably
talking about.
different race. Sorry.
But as dinner goes on, I mean, they don't really have much more to say besides small talk that we don't have to. Basically, a bunch of small talk where you guys all just talking to each other about things. But there's no real thing we can. If any of you have stuff you want to talk about to each other or them, we do that. Else we can skip to night, I suppose. Whatever's next.
So here's what happened. We were in this big old inn, and all the people were crazy. So we set it on fire.
Oh goodness, that's awful.
Then I accidentally blew up Igdramur.
Did you burn them? The people alive? in there?
No, we got them out just in time.
Phoebus.
As Hawkins is talking about this, Weston, you're reminded about your one finger on your crest that's still not relit up. From Eugene Mills, who accidentally murdered in that. So that's reminded. But as you tell these stories, but they're actually very interested in your stories, Hawkins, and all of you who are piping in here and there. Especially Vanna. Vanna's also kind of alongside you, where she like adds stuff to the story, so she feels very happy being able to kind of be part of the storytelling. Yeah, your dinner goes well, and you have your fish and your no longer living plants. Your drinks, and you all sit here for
Still
an hour.
partially living.
Partially living. And yeah,
Being
eventually they
digested
start.
alive in your stomach.
And then they start cleaning up the tables. Well, we do appreciate all you've done for us. I suppose we shall go rest and get ready for the morning. We will have carriages ready. We'll knock on your doors. It'll be pretty early in the morning. We'll head towards the cathedral. You can ride with us. We'll have a couple of carriages.
Perfect. Sounds great. This has been
Sounds
lovely.
lovely.
I'm glad you think so.
been
We
very
take
nice.
pride in our hospitality, especially for those who deserve it. As they kind of start, they leave themselves first. Oops. They leave themselves, and as they're cleaning up, you guys kind of have. Oops. Vanna at Jane's at the door. She turns around and waves. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
And she like kind of looks at you and Jimore. Don't steal anything from me, okay?
What? Why would you say that to me?
Pure
You were
Because you
stealing
look like a
stuff.
thief.
She didn't know about me stealing, did she? Did you
We were
get
talking
Yeah,
about it at the inn.
Yeah, you guys have been together non-stop when you guys talk. All these NPCs with you know everything you guys have said for the last like 10 sessions. Just about.
Yeah, we have to make sure they stay quiet, otherwise they're gonna ruin our plans.
Yeah, whenever
That's
Jackal Eyes
never
comes for
ever
them
planned.
and searches their memory using magic and violence, and it's all.
Guys, I'm sorry to say this, but I think we might have to kill the badgers. They know too much.
Yeah, you guys are.
That's actually really bad. We should have kept them away when we were talking about those things.
It's kind of hard though when you guys are traveling. You don't have much money.
They're all fucking witnesses.
Should we warn this family about Jackal Eyes?
No,
Nah.
we're befriending him now. It'll
Oh,
be fine.
Vanna kind of knows. Vanna, actually, no, she's a child. It's not probably good to trust her to know what's important to say, what's not.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Because like,
To be fair, yeah, you're befriending that, but Kira does have a good point, or Mofa has a good point there. You've seen just how firsthand how he'll hurt anyone, you know. He killed that poor farmer family who you barely barely know.
Yeah, so it's like
Imagine someone
Yeah,
who
but
you actually have
making
connections to
them
is important.
making them live in fear, you know. I don't know if
That's
that's
true.
any better.
They've already
I feel
got
like we
guards.
should. Yeah, I feel like they have guards, and almost living in fear is like worse than dying. You know, like living in ignorance and bliss is.
I mean,
Yeah,
as
at
long
least
as
you
they're
enjoy
not,
it.
you know, tied to a chair with a gun facing it for 2 weeks.
I think, dude, it would be really good to keep someone here, but I don't know. That's not possible. But
If you
yeah.
guys had retainers, you could, but we're not there yet. Get there eventually.
Can't wait
Which-
till we become cool ass overlords.
What if we had like some sort of undead that were
think
like in a
that-
bag or something?
But I don't. But that's a
I
lot
don't
of.
think an
That's a
undead
big
army
ask.
would be a good idea at all.
Oh, thanks
That'd
for
bring a
yeah.
lot
You
of
go ahead and
attention.
leave one of your werewolves here.
Yeah, I'll do that. I think the werewolf died.
Yeah, I think they're all gone.
I think all I don't have any. They all died.
Go kill something and then revive it.
I don't need to kill anything. I just have bones.
There's a
like-
dead cow in the kitchen.
Just kill something.
I don't need to kill anything. I just
Dude,
have bones that I could
Dude,
raise.
what if you raise a cow and then make it look exactly like the barnyard animals
Can I
from
do
like the
that?
barnyard
Monty?
movie?
Can I raise an undead cow?
Yeah, but it wouldn't it'd very clearly be dead.
No, it has to stand on 2 legs though, because it's like barnyard, the movie.
I suppose
It'd be
unless
like
you guys
Kung
want
Pao.
to jump to anything, I don't really have anything else. I suppose we'll save you guys going to the church and stuff for next week.
Yeah, I think so. I think that might be it for this session.
Yeah.
You guys have anything to talk
I
about? Just
I
here in
slept
chat,
1
though.
hour, so I'm looking forward to
see.
sleeping.
Jesus. 1 hour?
Jules, don't you have the ability to like disguise the servants?
My sleep schedule got fucked up because I got a scratch on my eye that didn't let me close my eyes for like a
Oh,
full
wow.
day, so I couldn't sleep.
It's rough.
These things happen. I still enjoyed the session. I was still conscious enough to RP, so that's good.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
You guys,
Now I have no idea where to go from here.
I guess I'll show you guys. 'Cause I was totally prepared for you guys to. Well, I was mostly prepared. This is one of the first times where you guys totally subverted one of my combat encounters. Where I'm like, they'll probably do this. But I was totally prepared for you guys to get into a fucking active chase. With these guys, I had it all planned out. I had the.
Oh my god.
I had the parallax
Sorry.
ready
So much
for the.
fun.
So there was a chance there, but honestly, it probably would have been very difficult because you guys don't have all your stuff right now. It would
Well,
have
I
been
mean,
a
I
rough
can
fight.
cast one singular spell and then I'm cantripping away.
Oh yeah, you guys. It would have been very bad. There would be a high chance you guys would have. They probably would have party wipe killed you, but it would have been rough because some of these enemies also specialize in throwing you, so they'd be throwing you off the wagon at full speed. It would have been crazy.
It wouldn't.
But they might
And
not.
they would
I'm not sure.
Ignacio my ass.
But,
Sorry, Fondy, for ruining your parallax
no.
plan.
I don't
It's
think it's
not,
ruining.
It's not ruining.
Ruin the campaign if we
Yeah,
all
actually, I
die.
kind of enjoyed it. I need more moments where it's like I need my stuff to like not go the way I want, so it trains me more. It trains me more to be ready for whatever.
Mm.
Guys,
Basically,
we need to be
yeah.
more predictable
What you
because
just-
Fondy's gonna keep complaining.
No. You guys are.
Oh,
You guys,
he's
are-
good.
you,
He's always
Peebles, you guys have been
complaining. I
predictable
never
for
do what he
54
wants.
sessions. What are you talking about? You guys are like the most non-derailing game I think I've ever been part of or seen.
I can change
Well,
that. if
well,
you
the thing
want
is,
me
is
to.
it's really hard to derail in your game.
I
That
make
is true.
attack roll to the Ivana.
It's like almost
I think-
impossible to
I think,
derail.
if,
It's-
we,
in
I
it's-
think
your
if
it's
we
hard-
derailed more than we currently did, like I derailed once
Yeah,
and
you
we
did derail
almost died
again.
for it.
I think
We
derailing
literally
is,
almost died.
is dangerous. It's really dangerous whenever. Sorry, it's hard for you to derail in this game because it's really dangerous for your character to derail. It's like if
Yeah,
you're going to
exactly.
derail it, it's
It's-
basically doing something suicidal. It's like okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I did at the fucking shark place was borderline suicidal. So,
That's true.
I don't think it was.
I mean, I really thought I
It
could
wasn't
pull it
because
off,
we were
and I
really good
did.
at combat and totally rolled him, but
The only thing that like really went wrong is that I didn't expect him to just try to kill everybody. I thought he would try to kill the guy that I framed, and that just him.
Yeah.
But he's a psychopath, so
Make those
It's
characters.
just every time we
stole from
derail,
him
we
and
just
he
have to hope we don't
retaliated.
die
What do you
for
mean?
it.
What do you? No, he's a psychopath because he tried to kill fucking everybody, even though only one guy stole something in his head. Remember,
Yeah,
to
but
him,
he
only
tried
one
to kill
person
you
stole
because you had
anything.
his money.
No, okay, but that was only because he went into fucking what's it called, primal mode. He went fucking Liver King mode.
Liver King mode.
Sorry, that reference was so funny.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the session, though. I'm excited to see what sides you may end
Dude,
up
I have
moving
no
not.
idea. I just don't see any good option.
Oh, there's not. It really is
Yeah.
a
I
situation
think
where
we
it's...
moved to Tectonia. You
Because I
guys.
think
I
no matter
think-
what we do, if we go against Twilight Redemption, they know.
You
If
guys
we go
want to know
against
something
Jackal Eyes,
crazy?
it's gonna suck so much more, though.
I think Weston has just become the first character in this campaign ever with not a single obligation.
Oh,
That's
you
true.
just did it all?
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
finished his obligation.
I do not have anything on Weston that is required of, or like I'm not obligated to do, because I could leave you guys and just go do anything.
Well, that's what Ignacio
Alright,
was.
give me one
What do
long
you
rest
mean?
and I'll finish mine.
Well, and also he had to look for his father, which is like an obligation. What he means is
Yeah.
Weston's finished his bat story, like obligation, which no one else has managed to do yet.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Because
To be
his was,
fair, I
actually
kinda-
really close.
Yeah,
Ours are,
one, it
like,
was close, and
super
two, if we didn't, we
convenient.
had to like take a girl around with us, that like we had to risk, you know.
Fucking
dying.
whiny ass bitch.
So, fuck, we could have 7,500 gold or fucking silver Dawkins right
Yeah.
now.
Which basically
all
would have
your
been
fault.
7,500 gold, and that would have been a lot.
I think we should have fought them.
I don't think so.
I did
would've
think I
died.
did think for a second you guys might have like reversed the chase I'd planned, where you guys would be chasing them for the money. I was like,
We
oh,
could
maybe
have
they
done
did.
that. We're close to it.
I was like, oh, maybe that's what they're up to. But that didn't happen either.
Yeah, I was I had planned to do a lot of things. I didn't expect people to be there at the place, but I was already planning not to take a reward anyway, like to be paid for it.
This shit's
Initially, I was
moving.
gonna let like Hawkins, like if they wanted to negotiate their own like value for the job, you know, they could do that. But personally, I wouldn't have taken any money anyway. So that's why I was like, oh, you know, these guys can take the money, whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is that they were offering, you know, like we didn't even have to ask. Could have just said okay, and we would have had money.
There's honestly the route you went there was the only route where it didn't turn into violence, because
Really?
if
They
well,
would have
the-
given
the-
us money.
the thing is, well, and they could have given you money maybe, but the thing is, the more that they give up, the more likely they were to insist on using that modified memory on Vana to make sure no shit went wrong for him.
Oh.
And then Weston definitely would not have accepted that. Maybe some other people wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
thought
on
it was
top of
explained.
that, I feel like it's gonna come a time one of these days that like being friends with this family is gonna come in handy.
We'll be dead by then.
Yeah.
What
I'll
do you
be
mean?
playing my next
will? You
character.
mean
We'll
me and
definitely be dead by
Peeves?
then. Yeah, you and people.
Yeah, it's literally only gonna be me and Oon dying for the rest of the campaign.
Why?
I'm
Well,
playing
prove
like
you guys
my most like in-depth important character that like is actually like unique and doing something, and it's gonna die, and you guys are gonna keep living somehow. Somehow.
I've died once already, like twice actually, almost.
You died once.
No,
You
I
died once, and you didn't
No, I
even
died
really
once in
die.
my backstory. Okay.
Okay, that's
Oon has died a lot.
cheating. That's force RPing.
It's,
To be fair,
yeah.
I'm a huge derailer because I like doing wacky, goofy stuff.
I want to touch that bird.
But,
Oh yeah, literally kills everybody. That's always.
I'm
epic.
very pleased with Weston right now. This session made me want to continue playing him. So
That's
I do
epic.
I mean, you're
appreciate
still
it.
gonna have the disagreements about us raising people.
Yeah,
that-
I'm
that
still
comes
gonna
to
be
the
a
thing
bad
of, like,
person, so.
It comes to the thing of like one side or the other might either you learn to accept that, or it might be like, okay, well, maybe that's as bad, or you might be like, oh, maybe it isn't that bad.
Weston's mindset now is like, since you guys helped him, he's kind of begun overlooking certain things. But
Oh, I wanna
you know,
make this
maybe
a
later
camp.
down the line, whenever his empire's built and the era of peace comes back, like he'll probably crack down on it more.
Yeah, I want to make it so that you're physically
Your
incapable of
empire?
overlooking what we're doing.
Well, Rihdar's, but Rihdar's dead, so I'm gonna have to be the one to rule it, right?
Oh my god, you're crazy. Wes
No, I'm not.
Wes might actually be the most evil person. He wants to be the God King. He wants to be God King.
I want to be the person who brings another era of peace.
Yes.
No, I think
The
we
only
blow up. I think
way
we blow up
the
the
world
West,
can be
actually.
in
That's what I
order
think.
is if they roar under my thumb.
It was whenever I was alive.
If they're mine, if I control all of them.
Only
I
I
could work
can
with
be
you on
trusted.
making a new era of peace. Smiles uncomfortably.
I'm gonna do it.
So, are you are you planning on hosting a campaign at some point, Peebus? I know you talk about it a lot. I'm just
I'm gonna
thinking about
kill
it now.
you.
Why?
Phoebus, just running my world. It'd be easy.
I will not do that.
Why wouldn't you do that?
No, not running his world.
Why not?
I mean, Fondy, if you want to
It's
give
easier.
me the reins to make your astral plane, I'll run a spelljammer, and it doesn't have to do anything with you guys.
That'd be sick.
What's an astral plane?
I would
Space.
give you.
Space.
I would give you full reign of that as long as you didn't involve Orbitus and the reins at all.
Dude, I don't want to do a
Maybe
space
in-
campaign.
maybe in
Like Star
speech.
Wars, like where it's really far away.
In a world that's really, really far away. Rolls credits.
It'd be really cool if your world there were like, how many planes are there? 9.
That's in like
Something like
D&D, I
that?
think. I don't know how many I have.
Well, let's say
There's a
there's
lot
like
of
9 planes.
planes.
I think 9s are like the main. There's like 9 main
There's-
planes.
Main plane, astral plane, Shadowfell. Yeah.
There's like infernal. Anyway, let's say there's 9.
there's the
It'd be
4
cool
elements.
if there was 9 different campaigns, each campaign in a different plane of existence within one world.
Isn't that literally what an actual setting? Isn't that what they're gonna publish in like a month?
Really?
I don't know.
In what?
Is that
What's
what Planescape is?
That might be true.
I
don't
get,
know.
maybe I've never heard
Dude,
of it.
what if at the end all the campaigns can join together like the Avengers?